You are tea. You are we. You are tea. Hammering is concussed, people. Hammering is effing concussed. I swear to God, he's taking the piss. He's taking the piss. Oh my God, he's taking the piss, people. I can't say enough. I'm just blown away by, honestly, oh my effing God. We were absolutely, I could see how it was a, offside goal. I was right in line with it. I could see it was offside goal. Luani, jump back in. Add to the stage. I don't know why it's not letting me add you. I don't know what's going on, Luani. But big up to Jamie Wayne. Honestly, it was absolutely shocking. Diego Dalot, Bruno Fernandes, Rasmus Højlund are playing against us. They're playing against us. I can't say this enough, people. They're playing against us. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to have to kick you out, Luani, and then you can come back in. Come back in because it's not working. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Honestly. I can't tell you enough, people. I can't tell you enough how shocking that performance was in the first half. He is concussed. Big up to Maha. He is concussed. There you go, Luani. Hopefully you can add it to the stage. Can you hear me? I can't see you properly. I don't know what's happening. Is it the internet or is it me? Can people hear me all right? Playing Dogu. We've been missing out a left-footed guy, and he's playing Dogu on the right-hand side to keep Diego Dalot in the fucking team. What the F is going on here? Exactly. Obrigado tax. Obrigado effing tax, mate. Oh, my God. Dogu on the right. Playing him on the left. Luani, can you hear me? Luani, if you can hear me, come in and go out, bro. Your internet is moving like Manchester United in the first half. You need to go in and come out. Nah, man. Duels can say what they want, bro, but it's just mad. It's absolutely mad. It's absolutely mad. Duels can say what they want, but he Haramarin masterclass. Hamarin. Honestly, it was crazy, people. I'm done with Amarim. I wish Manchester United all the best. Wow, Deo's gone. Deo's head's gone. Glory days are back. Pick up Ian Fontaine. Zirkzee changed the game for me. Luani, I don't know what's going on with your internet, brother. Your internet is moving. Your internet is moving. Your internet's moving, I swear to God, like Manchester United tonight. I mean, it was shocking. What did you guys see? I saw a horrendous game. Horrendous game. And Roy Keane's trying to be positive here. But Zirkzee's name was ringing out. Zirkzee's name was ringing out at the stadium as I left. But people, I can't tell you. I don't know what's there to talk about. Oh my God. What's there to talk about? First half, the stadium felt like we were at a funeral. Silence. Second half, Zirkzee comes and puts himself about, puts a few tackles in. Garnacho out wide, brings about a bit of pace. And Leicester, to be fair, gave us the game because they just sat back in the second half and gave us the ball. But yeah, it was crazy. There you go, Luani. Finally.
Big up to Piami.
Brother, your internet was moving like Manchester United in the first half.
I have no idea what was going on. Big up, Nuruddin. How are you doing today?
Oh, man. Honestly, I'm just laughing to myself because I'm like, Diego Dalot, Bruno Fernandes, regardless what the stats say, he just looked horrendous. He was like Ugarte in midfield by himself.
You've been to you've been to the stadium, or you watch it on
TV?
TV?
I've just been to the stadium, bro. It's so cold. It's so cold. And I froze to death cycling back. I froze to death cycling back. But it was crazy. I think the performance, we have to do much better with the ball and without the ball. Even the pressing was out of sync tonight. It was horrendous pressing. They always had a man spare. Our players are not physical enough. They're not fit enough to play this man for man. We were getting beat up. Loani, getting beat up. Diego Dalot, what is he doing with Diego Dalot? We've not had a left back for 2 years. We bought a left wing back, and he's playing him right fucking wing back. What the fuck is going on? People are telling me it's called obrigado tax. Obrigado tax.
The funny story
Diego Dalot
today.
Why has he got? Has he got a videotape of him when he was a player? Has he got a secret tape of Amarin? What's
today.
Going on?
Hey, Nuruddin, today I was actually on my way back because I went to drop a load. So I was trying to drive a bit faster on safe, but I was trying to get home to just watch the game. And I got pulled over by a state trooper, and he performed an inspection on my truck, and I was getting pissed because I had to sit through the inspection, and I was saying, hey, I will miss the beginning of the game. So as soon as he released me, I didn't even go anywhere. I just pull up my phone and start watching on my phone. And you know what? I could have missed the first half. I wouldn't be too mad. I'm grateful that state trooper pulled me over. He just said, no, Dean, listen, I'll tell you something, okay? We were pathetic. I don't care, we win, whatever anybody want to say. If you want to dress it up, take it with you, fine. We were pathetic. And can you imagine being coming and replacing a coach that you are deemed better than? He went to a worse team, came back to your house and show you how to play football? I'm telling you, if we swap those two coaches today, if we swap Amorim for Ruud van Nistelrooy today, we win that game comfortably. No problem. I am tired. We as United fan base, we love making excuses. We make excuse for everybody. We make excuse for the players. We say, oh no, they too young. Oh, they tired. Oh, they're not experienced enough. We make excuses for the managers. Oh, it's not his team. The players need to gel. Wait till they buy him his players. We make excuses for the board. Heck, the board we make excuses for. Oh, yeah, it's FFP. We can spend until we sell and blah, blah, blah. The reality is that where do we want to go as a team? Where do we want to go as fan base? Where do we want to go? Is this the new level? We were playing home to a relegation-bound team in a one-off game, and we still struggling to beat them. No, then this is our level. And I don't care what anybody say. You're trying to sell me this challenging in 2028. I've been fooled many times in my life, but don't try to sell me this one with Ugarte and Bruno as a double pivot, and Rasmus as a striker, Dalot as a wing back. No, man, I'm not buying that. You can keep that merchandise. I'm not buying this nonsense. And Amorim, I'm on to him. I've seen enough. I am on to him. You see the whole thing about going in front of the TV and saying, hey, the storm is coming. Spare me those bullshit. Cabron, you are in the storm. We are in the storm. We were looking for somebody to start us out. Instead, it looked like we're getting deeper. What do you mean the storm is coming? Did anybody put the gun to his head to take the job? We always complaining about players' quality, the players are bad, and we never taking a deeper look at the coaches as well. Leicester is a relegation team, and today they still came and play us off the park. That's what I saw. I don't know why anybody else saw. It's crazy, you know. This is crazy. He's checking all the wrong boxes. I feel like I've seen this before. He's checking on the wrong boxes. Favoritism, check. You know, misprofiling, check. Dickhead moves, check. You know, overthinking everything, check. This is shade of Ten Hag and all a kind of thing. It's crazy. And the young kid today, the new kid that was thrown at the wing back. I feel sorry for him. We have no foundation. He have nowhere to start. He's been instructed in, and we love heroes at this club. We love heroes. I was so embarrassed to hear the Viva Garnacho. I know he came in today. He made a difference. That's okay. But as fan base, that's why we became now. Viva Garnacho ringing everywhere. Where we getting bopped off the park. Now we're looking toward one player, a winger, to just bail us out. That's why we have become horrible, pathetic, man. And this Omar Berada Glazer, I don't want to even curse. I don't you know what. I'll leave it to that. There's no tactic.
It's unbelievable, yeah. It's unbelievable.
There's nothing to analyze, Nuruddin. Every single team plays us the same way. They know that we're going to build up with one midfielder. Bruno is going to leave Ugarte in there. Ugarte cannot pass to save his life. Okay, so forget about building through the middle. We're not going to build through the middle. We're going to try to go to our wings. We're going to pass to the side. And everything knows that. Everything plays us exactly the same way. I'll be surprised to see how many touch Ugarte had compared to the Leicester DM in Didi. I wanna see those numbers. It's crazy. You know, they having Ayu and the other one Ganush. What's his name? They're both dropping in the midfield to give them the numbers.
Yeah.
You know, and we're there with one midfielder. We can play through the middle to save our life. And then when Bruno got tired of running around, he started hoofing the ball. Is that what we are? Quarterback ball? Just drop back a little bit and just hoof the ball to the wings. It's horrible, man. Horrible. It's disgusting. Sorry, Nordin. It's frustrating.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Everything you said is the truth. Let me just get the super chat. Big up Ben. Ben says, please hit the likes, people. Free Palestine. I had no electricity for 4 weeks due to the storm. 130 miles hour winds in Ireland. I wish my electricity was still off after watching that. Big up Nura, I hope you're well. Big up Ben and big up all the Irish people, man. Yeah, we were here, man. That storm was crazy. That storm was crazy. Big up to you, Ben. Good to hear from you. I hope you're well. Let me know if you can jump on. I'll send you the link. Let me just get into the super chat, people. Owanski, big up Owanski. Long time no see. I hope you're well. He says, question, the team structure. How can you have 4 players occupying the space playing Rondo? He needs to do better with personnel selection too. 100%. It's just dreadful every way you look at it. He is taking the piss. Amarim's taking the piss. He's taking the piss.
Nuruddin, I refuse to believe that we are this bad.
What the heck does it mean? Play him on the left. We missed the balance on the left. Play him on the left. And play, if you're going to play the lot, play him on the right. What is he doing?
I refuse to believe that we're this bad. We are bad, but we are not relegation bad. You see, Ugarte and Bruno, I'll tell you something for free. They're not better than Toby Collier and Casemiro. And Ericsson can get a game. I'll tell you something for free. Ericsson is better in the 10 than both Ahmad and Kobe Mino. He's not a better player than them, but he's better in that position due to his experience. whatever it is he's doing, he's getting it terribly wrong, and I doubt he's going to last in the job. And I'm still asking myself, why did Dan Ashworth walk? That still need to be investigated. You know, I have my own suspicions because Omar Barada got on the plane and went to bring Amorim in. That's okay. A few weeks later, Dan Ashworth walked. What happened? If if Dan Ashworth and Amorim were singing from the same hymn sheet, would Dan Ashworth walk? It seemed to me like this is a situation where this Omar Barada and Amorim just short circuit Dan Ashworth. And he looked at the situation, he said, you know what? My role here is obsolete. I don't need to be here. If you guys can be talking to each other and figure out what to do, I don't need to be here. And this is where we are now, right? No, I'm not fooled by that fake bravado, and Amorim has all the power. I'm not fooled, and I'm not going to get told that these players are shit. No, they are on the pitch and they are doing exactly as they've been told. They are professional footballers. Come on, they're not amateur. When you give them a blueprint, they execute. They take training session during the week for that. Their position, their body position down to all where they're supposed to be in the zones. They do that in training. So come match day, if what I'm seeing on the pitch is exactly what they're repeating in training, I'm not believing that these players are that bad or they're not listening to the coach. And then if they're not listening to the coach, that means that the coach is not, his message is not resonating. That come out to the same. He's incompetent. I'm sorry. I might sound a little too early, but this is too many games to some sample size, man. Too many games. I have my reservation about the system itself, okay? But forget about the system. Look at the way we're playing, Nordin. We cannot pass through the middle to save our life.
United TV, I'm not on fraud watch because last 3 games I've been calling it out. I don't know if you've not been watching United. He's getting away with murder. He's absolutely getting away with murder. If we would have lost tonight, it would have been an Amorim again, like it was on the weekend. Big up Nememke. He says Bruno drops into the back line, leaving the midfield open. I'm no fortune teller, but Amorim will be sacked by building and allowing Bruno to have his way. Well, honestly, thanks so much for the super chat, bro. Big up to you. Lots of love. But honestly, I don't know. I'm in a daze, people. I'm in a daze. No. You know how cold it is in Manchester tonight? It's so cold. I've got a lump on my hand. My elbow's killing. Honestly, I'm just in a daze. I'm in a daze. I'm so tired. I'm fatigued because the temperature, it's like winds, like really freezing winds. It's like a horrible, horrible weather. And I've gone there and back. I'm just in a daze. I'm in a daze.
Sorry, Nordin, that you have to go through that.
Bombaye is in a lot of pain. Bombaye has got a back injury, and he can't even flipping move. So can we wish Bombaye? Is he all right? Yeah, he's in a bad way with his back.
Oh.
So can we wish him a speedy recovery, please? Bombaye would have been here.
Speedy recovery, Bombaye.
Probably turned it off because he can't even swear, or if he swears, if he does anything except if he can't laugh, he can't swear, he can't get angry. He properly turned it off.
No, then I refuse. I just refuse the idea that these players are bad. We all play football, you know. I remember my days are.
Look at this bullshit here. Amorim, sometimes you need a left foot on the right hand side to connect in a different way. Sometimes you need a right footed to connect across the balls so that it's like, nah, fuck that.
Nah.
Fuck that.
Nah.
Play the guy. You're playing right footed wing back. No, play the guy with the left foot. Did you do that bullshit? Did you do that bullshit in all the time in Sporting? You had left footers, mate. You had left footers on the pitch.
No, he's waffling now, you know, talking like the storm is coming or he's gonna get better, worse before he get better. Fuck out of here. He's talking about like the local politician, you know. Heard that from the local politician all the time saying stuff like that, and then you end up at the end of the month with your utility bills and your groceries that are high. It's the same thing. Like it's ironic that analogy because the ticket prices are high now at Old Trafford. You know, no, you know, everything is going up. They're raising the ticket prices, giving us a shitty product, and he's just there making excuse. As far as I'm concerned, anybody Ineos that's on board with the Glazers, the manager that accept to take this job and that cover for them in press conferences saying that they cannot sign players and blah blah is also part of the problem. It's also part of the problem. That's why I'm not trying to sit here talk about tactics today. Every single team plays exactly the same way. They drop 210 in that midfield, it's game over. They know that we play with a double pivot, then Bruno is going to step up front or he's going to step in the back to make it one pivot. And that one pivot cannot play football. We are just easy to play against. And if you notice, all our 10 always receive the ball back to goal. I don't I don't get it. They don't drop deep enough to drag the center backs or the full backs with them. They don't drop deep enough. They just stay on them. And when they drop to come get the ball, they just receiving their ball back to go, the ball back to go and pop it off. Because so many times to the Kobe Minor receive the ball back to go, pop it off, and you can hear the crowd just groaning like, why is he passing back? Why is he giving? Yeah, it's because of the way he's receiving the ball. It's the system that's designed that way. You know, it's pathetic. You know, it's no then. I will
It's
be. I want to hear what Jarvis have to say tactically about this because the
Where's
rhetoric has
Bumbaye?
always
Here's
been.
Bumbaye, people. There's Bumbaye. Bumbaye, how's the back?
Oh,
How are you
baby got
feeling?
back. Baby got back, man. I'm walking around like my granddad's granddad.
Oh my god.
Mm.
How are you, Nomani?
Bumaye, good, good. I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm all right, bro. I'm all right. Evening therapy army.
You need
Um,
some.
Bumbaye, please, can you let people know how cold it is in Manchester tonight? People think I'm exaggerating.
no, it's no joke tonight out here, man. Get the heating on. Don't be breathing in any of that cold air out there. And he's cycling as well, so double cold for you.
Mm.
So how was that? That was a cracker, yeah.
Cracker.
Did you get my voicemail that I sent you? Did you let Siobhan and Finger hear it? Oh
Talk
man,
to me.
bro.
Talk to me,
Um,
Bumbaye.
well, I don't know if this system. I genuinely don't know if this system is gonna work or it's not gonna work. I just feel that the way we play, we're gonna have to have amazing guys wide, and they're gonna have to have a great game every game if we're gonna be able to do anything because we are so deep, which is the reason why there's no real penetration when we try and work the ball up the pitch. We're not getting from one phase of play to the other. Um, Onana needs to maybe step in to give us an overload at the back to help us get out, which would be great. We'd get, we'll make a
Oh,
DVD collection of cock ups. Um, then you've got we're so narrow because the width is not where it's supposed to be.
Bumbaye, we needed
And
a
all
left
they
left
do,
wing back, a left-footed left wing back, so we can play naturally out. Why the
yeah.
fuck is the manager playing him on the other side?
Well, I mean, apparently he can play right wing. Apparently he can play right
We
wing.
know
And
that,
there's
but that's if we need something. We need somebody right now to play on the left-hand side who naturally can whip that ball, give us the different angles. Let me just get a super chat. Owinski says, to be fair to Bruno, none of our defenders can get the ball to him. No. Him and Maguire were the only one spraying the ball. We need passes. We need more than that. We need fucking more than that. Go ahead, Bumpy. I'm gonna move.
Yeah, so bro, when I was watching the way that we function tonight, what's the reason that we're so awful that we can't penetrate? that we can't get up the pitch regularly, consistently, and we just have it in moments. It's because we start the phase of play so goddamn deep, and everybody just naturally, the team is a lot deeper than as a starting point. And then we go out wide. They're where they're supposed to be at the beginning. They just come and mark the wide guys, man. And then we're just playing back to Euro to Maguire. And it's pretty boring stuff. And then, when you're playing the ball into Kobe Mino from the defender, they're already pressing him high and there's no options because the width is ahead of him. Now, he can only really go back or try and get out of trouble and get dispossessed. This is another problem. The fullbacks, bro, it's difficult to. It's very difficult. The width is supposed to come from there. We're so narrow at a lot of points in the game, and we're easy to play through. Because when you start having that back five, the midfield seems to be a man down, so they play through us, and then it's difficult to get back out because we're now so deep. The balance of the team is totally off. The way the team is functioning is off. Is this system going to work in the future? I really don't know. It may not. I can't say. I'm 50-50. But we play very slow as well. They're very, very slow. And this is so boring to watch. So today was another day at the office like usual. First half was dreadful, was really awful. Picked up the pace second half a little bit. And we're going long a lot of times. We cannot play out and play through. We can't do it successfully. It's very difficult. So you go long and there was some decent switch play. And that's pretty much where you get your joy. You maybe isolate Ahmad a little bit. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to lie, I missed the last 25 minutes of the game, unfortunately, bro. I got an important phone call I had to take. But up to that point, it's another tough sell, that. So we got a lot of problems in this team. And tonight, you might have thought, put the low right side. He likes, he's better there. And put Dorgu where he's comfortable. So I didn't quite understand that. How did Dorgu do? I thought for the first 17 minutes, quiet, struggled. But then, you know what? When I consider he's an academy age player, come in, first game thrown in there, I thought he did all right. He looked lively and he knows how to attack the space, which was a good thing. I don't know if you agree. He got up the pitch, played a few nice passages with Ahmad. His passing was a bit off, but I suppose nerves, first game. But he looks all right. Not a bad debut, I think, in certain aspects. Ahmad was good. Thought Garnacho, the good, the bad, and the ugly tonight, Ghana. And that's pretty much what I take from the game, bro.
What being in the game in the stadium, I thought Zirkzee changed the game. Zirkzee come in, he put himself about, won the ball, held the ball up the pitch, played some touches, obviously scored the goal. But when I left the stadium, Zirkzee's name was ringing out, even the fans outside.
It was Garnacho.
No, Garnacho did well, but at times it was horrendous as well. At times, man, couldn't control the ball, and then his shot selection tonight was just not here. But he set up the goal and he took on the player and took it to the byline and cut a couple of things that Ahmad did the same. And the tactic they worked, but everybody's going to the near post when everybody should be at the penalty yard. Go ahead, Sean. How did you see that game? How come we can't see your face anymore, Sean? What's going on? People, it's over 200 of you in here. We haven't even got 100 likes. We haven't got 100 likes. Say that again?
I'm working right now, and if I'm not talking, then I'll be like typing or looking away.
So it don't matter.
That's right.
We don't care. We don't care, man. Type away, man.
But like it's
looking nice. The beard's looking nice.
No, generally,
the beard crew, yeah.
Big up, Sean.
I do all right. Yes.
Good to see you, Sean, man. It's good to see you. Other than you giving me, I have to deal with Bombay forever, never showing his face. But here, look, I can see you now properly.
Sean, you don't do all right. You've done all right. The do all right days are gone now. You're married man. You've done all right.
Yes. All right. Mixed feelings, honestly.
That gel off, mate. Beer time,
don't
mate.
Get us don't start, man. Delicious.
Yeah, you know what? I have to tell some Nigerians, and Ghanaians, I'm like, you guys you're fighting over food that's not even originally from bloody Nigeria. Jollof is actually from Senegal and Gambia. The Wolof, the Wolof tribe, that's where it's from. They're the originators. And they've got also their own version in Central Africa as well. But it is what it is. East African rice, man. A lamb.
Don't even start.
John, trust me. Let's not even go there.
Yeah, that's not even go
but
there.
The Gambian and the Senegalese jollof, ooh, murder she. Let's not go. They're the original people, man, who had that shit.
But for the game, though, like, yeah, mixed feelings.
John, it was fucking freezing, and it was the worst half of Manchester United football history that I've watched. It was so cold. It was so bad. I kept laughing hysterics. Like hysterical. Hysterical. Because I was so cold. Every time we lose the ball, I'm like, what's going on here? Everybody around me were just looking at each other like, what's going on here?
Nah, mixed. I agree to a large extent. Mixed feelings, right? Once I saw the lineup and I saw, mixed feelings now because, and I'll tell you why. We won. Like we're on to the next round. It's a cup competition. That's all that matters, right? If at the end of the season we're able to lift the trophy, I will be happy. So I'm not going to sit here and like pretend.
Papering over the cracks, Sean. You're papering over the cracks. We'll go.
Fundamental disagreement that we have now, right? It's not going to change today. I like Amorim is pissing me off along the lines of this disagreement, right? Because football for me is simple. I'm a hipster in many other aspects of my life. Like I live in California, I drink kombucha, I smoke weed. But like when it comes to football, I like to keep it simple, right? Have your defenders play in defense, put left-footed players in the left back position and a right-footed player in the right back. Try and get the ball out wide and cross into the box. That's football. Try and get the ball from the back. Like all this like extra stuff that Amorim is trying to do, it's pissing me off. So when we spend all January talking about how we need a left wing back, and we sign a left wing back, and the first game that you're playing the left wing back, you're playing him on the right, and you're asking him to invert. Like that to me sends the wrong message to the dressing room, to the squad, to the fans, because the message you're sending is one of confusion. Like he's trying to create this aura of like, super complex football strategy or whatever that only him can understand. He is separate and apart from the United squad, blameless, right? So he has nothing to do with what's going on the pitch. It's these players that Ineos handed to him. He is just a genius manager, and if it's not working, it's not his fault. It's because he doesn't have the players to do. Nah, man. Today was horrible. And I think it's had the potential to go really badly for Amorim if it ended up as a loss, because the fans were booing at halftime, which meant it was serious. And I think he responded the right way he should have, although I wasn't expecting the Dorgu sub. I think the person that changed the match is Garnacho. And it just speaks to like the point I'm making about how simple football is. Now, granted, Amorim would say that's what he wants. Truly, that's what he's looking for from his team. He wants them to be free to think on their feet, to get the ball, out wide to their attacking players. When he was talking about the Rashford thing, he was saying, I want pace on the attack. I want strength in one-on-one. I want, dynamism up front. So he was basically calling Rashford to a higher, action, but he couldn't meet up. Garnacho did today. I think Garnacho changed the game. He was the most dangerous player, for us on the pitch. Every time he got the ball, he looked like he was going to do something. And in theory, that's what Amorim's system is supposed to look like. He has, whatever you think of it, he has the wing backs inverting and the number 10s attacking like the way we saw Garnacho doing today. But I think the problem is that because his system is so complicated, the players are caught up trying to do the right thing, trying to stay true to their instructions. So you could hear the crowd groan every time we got the ball, and instead of going forward, their first thought was, what's the correct thing to do for Amorim's system, which apparently is to pass back or to play it safe, because retaining possession is the most important thing.
That is tactic. That was a pattern of play.
Yeah.
Amorim's pattern of play so far is telling everybody when they're on the ball, pass it back, pass it back.
Yeah.
Don't take any risks. Don't take any risks. Don't take any risks. And it is fucking bullshit. The fan base tonight was thinking attack, attack, attack. I don't know if you could hear it. The level of frustration within the fan base watching that game, watching everybody pass the ball back was horrendous.
Yeah, no, I agree. And if it's something that we're going to have to live with, Amorim is going to have to choose between, I think, empowering the players, with the confidence that they need to play with freedom, and this posture that he has taken where he is separate. So basically, this season he's blameless and he's separate from the squad and from the outcomes basically on the pitch. I think the team is still suffering from the consequences of their own manager saying they are the worst team in United history, and all the steps that he has taken to show that he doesn't have confidence in his own players, and the way he talks, right? Oh, the club has made mistakes in the past with people that they signed. Who are these people in the dressing room with you there? Players on the pitch that you're asking to run, you're saying the club made a mistake signing them. Like, what kind of effort do you expect them to give for you as a manager, right? And so somebody that is listening to me is thinking, well, they're professional players, right? They get paid a lot of money. But you forget that they're also human beings too. And I think the manager recognizes his mistakes. He talked about how he's a passionate person, being like Portuguese or whatever. And hopefully that's fine line that we need him to walk. He comes out on the positive side of it. But that reaction we saw from the crowd today at Old Trafford, I think that's what's going to cost Amorim his job, basically, because it's not going to be sustainable. If every time the crowd is watching you play, people are booing because the football is just shit. I don't care where you come from, your Sporting Lisbon pedigree or whatever. You're not going to last in this job. You're not going to last basically at United, and I don't wish that for this manager. So honestly, I just hope that that spark that there is in Garnacho, Dorgu looks like a bright, energetic player. We need to find a solution for the midfield because it's not working. Like Kobe, Bruno, Ugarte, it's not working. The best midfield pairing I've seen all season was Ugarte and Casemiro. Bring back that combo, please. But yeah, the manager has a lot of work to do, I think, on himself, before he talks about the players. I'm glad we have some time before the next game. And I really just hope that we can see an onward trend, especially as more players come back from injury.
What have me worried, Sean, is because today we face a Premier League opposition, bottom feeder of Premier League opposition, but they still manage to play us off the park. That's what have me worried. The reason to go back to what the observation Bombaye was making.
Luani, can you just hold that? I just want to show some of the game's stats. This is the game. Hold your thought right there. I'll come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's going on. This was the first half. Yeah. Second half. Oh, this was the game. We had 56% possession. Majority of that was passing the fucking ball back.
It's every week the same, bro.
84% accuracy was passing the ball back to the fucking two centre halves or to the goalkeeper. They were going forward. They had 383 83% pass accuracy, and they were breaking lines passes. They were actually playing in a better way than us. So we might have had more, right, passes, but they played the better passes. We had 13 shots, 5 on target. They had 4 targets, shots off target 4. We hit the woodwork once. Shots inside the box 9. Shots outside the box 4. Expected XG was that. But the passing and all that was just a pile of shite. Accurate passes. Accurate crosses, 1 out of 7. Accurate long balls. Look, 22, 48%. In it up, look, 180. 88. That was due to the second half when they set back. Jules, there we go. Here's the Jules we won more duels in the second half, 60. They won 50. In the first half, it was them. I would love to know what the duels was in the first half because it was all them. Ground duels.
Bro, that first half, yeah, was just one to forget. Did we deserve 3 points or the victory tonight?
No,
It's a
it was
sh-
an offside goal.
No, we
It was
did
a
not.
fucking offside
good
goal.
luck.
It was an
No,
offside
no, but
goal.
like that's the mixed feelings now, right? I don't think it matters what we deserve today in this cup competition. Deserve has nothing to do with it. We won. It is what it is. The structural like issues,
But
right,
you can't
are
paper over
there.
the crack, Sean. You can only carry it so much. I'm sorry to say.
No,
You
no,
can't
like
paper it over the fucking crack, Sean. You cannot
papering over the cracks suggests that
The,
like I'm
the,
not saying that so therefore
papering over the crack,
everything
Sean.
is okay. I'm not saying we won today and that
This
means
leads
everything
to
is okay.
managers getting sacked, Sean. I'm telling you,
I
this
I
football is
agree.
not fucking sustainable. It's not
I
sustainable.
agree.
bro,
Sean,
do you know why I'm
I agree.
asking the did we deserve to win in your opinion? Put the goal aside, like on balance of play, did we play better than them? If somebody had to win it, did we deserve it or not? What's the
mm,
honest opinion?
no, we did not. We did
So
not. We did
that's a
not.
prelude to asking what are the strengths of Ruben Amorim's system at the moment, at this moment in time? Is there anything that you see that you think this is good? That was asked in the by MB, I think, and it's a
Wait,
fair comment. What do you see that is good? Is there anything that you see
the
that
first
is
like
of any good?
the first question about like
It's
issue
a
of what we
question for
deserve.
everyone.
Yeah, like for me, the issue with that statement about like do we deserve it or not is I remember in my 30 something years of being on this earth and watching Man United, there are many games, even in our heyday, that we won, important games that we did not deserve to win. That's a part of football.
Yeah, but
I don't
70% of the other football games we played well. So
sure.
you can have
No,
one or two games where you don't. When you
no,
80% on that 79% of games where you actually deserve to win and you play well and you put in a performance, Sean.
Sean, I think, bro, I know where you're going with this, but I think at this point in the process of Amarim, we're one of the most boring teams in the whole goddamn league to watch. So my question really is, what do
right.
you see that you
What are the
think is
positives in the
well, yeah,
system?
what have you seen from us as a team that you think, oh, I like that. We need to
Yeah,
hone
no.
do that well. Is there
So
any?
so yeah, there are several, right? And to help me come up with those, I would think of the best games under Amorim this season, right? I will look at Liverpool, I'll look at Arsenal, 2 games against Arsenal. I'll look at the
Mm.
game against City. That's the blueprint essentially. Now, what's I guess like the difference between those games and the rest was that the players were motivated. There was an extra factor, that was at work, but you could see the structure of what he was trying to do. I like what on paper the three at the back gives us in terms of like defensive solidity. It gives us like a solid structural base of 3 defenders. You're not supposed to catch us out of space because there should be somebody there at least at every point in time. We also seem a lot more comfortable in possession than we did previously to Amorim coming in. You could see like a clear like identity and a clear approach and the aggression that I thought the manager brought to. All those things I think have been wiped away basically. So Amorim's system, the merits of his ideas, I think have less to do with the personality that Amorim is becoming, the character that he, I think, is becoming in the Premier League story, right? And again, he has admitted that he's a passionate person, that he makes mistakes. But I think he needs to be careful, right, with the statements that he has made, that he makes basically to the media. And that to me is the most important factor basically that's influencing our play. It's
Mm.
Amorim, his personality, his choices, his decisions. The system is okay. The system is okay, but do what you said you were going to do, right? Play the attacking left wing back. I was expecting today to see a more balanced system because I thought, okay, finally we would see a left wing back. What we were getting from Malaysia, every 30 minutes that Malaysia would play, you would see a massive difference between pre and post Malaysia because there will be width on the left, natural width. There will be a kind of like gameplay that only a left wing back can bring. And I thought we were going to see that today, but the manager decided to overcomplicate it, right? And that's what I'm talking about. Like
Mm.
he seems intent on I don't know, like proving this point basically that one day we're all going to see that the risk that he insists is necessary to take is going to pay off. And he has to know when to you know call his own bluff, basically. But I'm not sure that he does. We'll see.
Sean, there's a couple of things, right? A couple of things that I kind of disagree with you on. You see, the
Mm.
way we play against Liverpool, the way we beat City, the way we play against Arsenal, that's not supposed to be the blueprint. Manchester United is not a Cinderella team. It's not a team that we that's not our ethos. That's
Cinderella.
not that's
Wait,
not our we not a sit back team. We not Forest with Nuno. Okay.
I don't think we start
Well,
fighting those games,
and
though.
also
Ron.
we are a team that's built to win the league. That's supposed to be our bread and butter. Scumbagging a cup here and there and putting in the cabinet. I'm not sure that's what this team is built on. So when I'm looking at the system, the reason I'm skeptical about this system is because I've seen it deployed against City, and everybody watched that game. We beat they beat City, but we all know that that game could easily be go the other way, being put away in the first half. I've seen this system deployed against Arsenal that beat them convincingly. Uh, When I look at our team, the standard that I'm looking at, if we are about to challenge in 2028, those are the opposition we're going to play. When I look in the Premier League, when things play out from the back, they open both of their center back and they drop a midfielder in it. That gives them enough numbers in the midfield because they will either invert, they will either drop their tens in the midfield or they will invert at least one of their fullback. And they always have the numbers. They play through the middle. If you play in the Premier League and you can play through the middle, which I haven't seen us at all do, I don't think you can go further. We are very predictable. The journalists have been saying that. Even today they were saying that we every time you play to the side, I don't care how good your wing backs are, they are not going to be able to beat somebody on the touchline. If the touchline they are playing a 4-4-2 and they shift in the line, they're not going to be able, you have to be able to play through the middle. You look at Ndidi today. Ndidi is not even a first phase player. He's more of a play breaker. He's not a playmaker. But I'll guarantee you today he touched more ball in that first phase of play than Ugarte. I don't know what the planning with this system, but I am not convinced. That's why my worry is when it comes to positive, we do have quality in the team. We don't have a lot, but the quality that we have is enough at least to get us past the 10th position. At least. I'm not saying top four. At least show us something. But this is not what's going on. This is our level. The game we play today is our level. I would say we even a tad below that because
No,
they
but the
play
question,
us
the
off the
question,
park.
Ronnie, is it our level, or is this Amorim's? Is this the level that Amorim is bringing us to in order to
That's
achieve
that's
whatever
an
whatever goal
excellent
that?
question.
Yes.
That's an excellent question, son. This I refuse to believe that the players are this bad. As far as I'm concerned, I've seen enough. This is the level that Amorim has brought us to. And I'm not going to let anybody convince me that he's doing that on purpose to showcase how poor we are. That's some bullshit. You know? That's some
No.
bullshit.
Yeah, I don't accept that theory either, that he's doing it to prove some points. I think he has an idea in his mind that he's trying to execute, and it's not working. It's not working the way he wants it to. The players are not responding to him, I think, the way he would like. Again, like I said before, because of mistakes that I think the manager has played. But about your specific point of playing through the middle, I think for us, the way you get to the middle is through the flanks, right? So you saw it a couple of times today. What happens is that when the ball gets to either what's his face now? Mazraoui on one side of the centre back position, or who do we play today? We played Maguire, Euro, and um, who played the centre back for us today?
Bro, we had Mazraoui as the third centre back.
As the third
Dogu
centre
was on
back,
the
right?
right, and then
Mm-hmm.
Dalot.
And
Yeah.
Dalo, yes. When the ball goes to either Mazraoui or Euro on either centre back flank, they're supposed to work with the wing back there basically to get the ball to either one of the midfielders that drops down to receive it or a striker that drops down to receive it. But when the ball gets to Dalo or Mazraoui, they lose it. Every time I saw Dalot lose the ball, basically on that left flank, I kept thinking, why did we buy a left wing back? Why did we sign somebody else to come and play in this position?
Okay,
That were
Sean,
here.
right there, right there. You know why they lose the ball in those positions? Is because we don't have the numbers in the middle. Our wing backs are hogging the touchline. So they don't have any other option to pass than to pass to the extreme corridor where they hogging the touchline is already locked up there and they back to go. They have to come back to them
No,
again.
but the thing is
We
that Wanye,
need
sometimes it works. So you often see how it works sometimes is the ball will get to Dalo. The few times that it works, it will go to Bruno or Ugarte in the middle of the pitch, and somebody else on the opposite flank is free. That's the whole like the premise of Amorim's system, right? You drag them around, and when you open up, either Ahmad is free on the extreme right or Garnacho is free on the extreme left. But that's supposed to come after you've worked the ball sensibly, among yourself out of a tight position. But the problem is that one, Dalot loses the ball all the time. You give away the ball, carelessly. The ball isn't like recycled where it's supposed to be. And then secondly, the players don't move the movement off the ball to get into those like high flying positions. What's I think that's why as bad in quality
you,
that Dalot is, I think the reason why
mhm.
Dalot plays a lot is because of the engine that he has.
Okay,
He's able to
you see
play.
the way you say it right now. You say that Dalo lose the ball a lot.
Mhm,
It's a good thing that you pick the example of Dalo because I play at right back, right? The instruction was simple. In the days in the 4-4-2, when you get the ball from your goalkeeper, you instructed specifically that your 6 is gonna come for the ball, and then your 11, which is your winger, is gonna go hog the touchline. So you don't have to think. You can either pass to your 6, even
mhm.
if you have somebody in his back. You can pass to him, or you can just pass the ball to your winger in the extreme corridor. He's gonna get the ball. He's gonna bring the ball back in the middle while dragging his fullback, and that's the corridor that you have to run into. You have to keep running. So it's very, very specific instruction, and it work all the time. I refuse to believe that Dalo is such a bad professional footballer that every time he get past the ball, he lose it. What is more likely is that when he get past the ball, his passing option, the system does not give him the passing option that he need to execute the very simple pass and move along and start running in the channel. Like you saying earlier, I think the instructions are overcomplicated.
Yeah.
But from the naked eye, what all the other journalists are saying, what I'm saying is that we don't have the numbers in the midfield. There's a reason why most of the team in the Premier League build up with 2 center back and 1 goalkeeper. We're building up with 3 center back. 3. Sometimes we have a back 5. That doesn't give us enough number. The football is
No,
a game of number. You're talking about we have to pass them around, right? There's 2 ways to pass a team around. You can do small pass triangle, or you can pass it side to side. One is dynamic, one is predictable. We
mm,
passing side to side, that make us predictable. That's our issue.
yeah,
Man,
no.
you're
So
going. Go on, Sean.
no, I was just going to say that you're correct, right? They were predictable, but Amorim is supposed to be producing, getting an X factor out of these players, right? So exactly what he wants is players who have a cheat code, players who are able to, long burst essentially, play as if they have 2 or 3 longs, run down the flank. It's not a realistic approach. It's asking too much from the players, but that's
Mm,
what the manager, has in his mind. And I don't blame him for doing that because there are many teams in the world right now that are crafted specifically to accommodate some freaks. That's what's spoiling the game. Like super talented players that are specialists in 1 or 2 things, and now everybody's looking for to put individual unique profiles that, oh, you want a player that can do X, Y, and Z, basically specifically created for a particular thing. Sorry, my
No, I think every time I watch Man United play, it's the same old story. We have three centre backs. All they do is they just kill the wings. They push Dorgu, they push Delo or Mazraoui or whoever's playing there, and we just have to go backwards. And then the guys in the middle, they push those two. Where'd you go from that? And this is why Maguire ends up whacking balls long and Onana ends up going on. What's the solution for that? Just push Kobe and Ugarte, push right up on them. Don't give them time to turn. That was what I was seeing today. And obviously clip the wings. They're trying to, give themselves a lot of width to start the first phase of play. But we can't seem to get out of that first phase of play because they just kill Delo and kill Dorgu. As soon as they give the ball to him, they're on him. You have to go backwards. Or if they can get out of that, then we have a chance of getting away. Seems that simple to me. That's all that's happening with this team. What's the alternative?
You know what I saw today, Bomaye? When our three centre back have the ball, the first line of press of Leicester is two players. Now our two DMs are behind those two players, and then they have another line of three. Leicester have another line of three players behind our two DM. So our two DM are sandwiched between five players, right? 100%. And then you have Leicester is defending in a 2-3-5. So the five are already locking up the wing.
I've killed the first phase. Yeah.
You see that? So even we can not only we can pass the ball to our DM that are sandwiched between the first line of 2 and 3. We can also pass it to the wing.
No, Luani, I think you're missing two important things. One is what's missing there is the wing backs and I think CB Creator asked the question, right? What's the difference between how Garnacho plays in the CAM system versus playing left wing back? The difference is that now Amorim's wing backs are supposed to invert into the midfield, basically. Big up Jarvis. Amorim's wing backs are supposed to invert into the midfield and provide extra bodies.
You see what you say? You say supposed to. Why are they not inverting?
I've got a question for you guys. Listen,
that's the 13th place question, right? The $1 million 13th place, 3 home wins in however many questions, basically. The other thing is that I think you're missing your analysis is that you're not accounting for the unreal amount of times Højlund gives away the ball whenever it gets to him. Like if you're building up in play, I think you plan expecting that at some point you will get the ball to your striker and he would hold the ball, give it to somebody else. Basically, I think it's reasonable to plan like that as a football team. So when you have somebody like Højlund who, for all intents and purposes, cannot, as a matter of principle, is opposed to holding on to the ball, I think you're set up for failure.
Excellent observation. Why is he starting? Why is he starting then? That's still on Amorim.
Choices. Basically.
I just want you guys to answer that question. Who can take that? Jarvis, would you like to take that question? Big up, Jarvis.
Big up everybody.
Nearly 500.
Big up, Jav.
Nearly a 500. So please, after the show's done, we need a lot of you to go and subscribe.
21 away.
21. I think we can do it tonight after this show. We're going to do it tonight after this show. Let's do it, people. Let's do it. Let's do something good at least. That was the biggest pile of strife I've ever witnessed in my life. That first time I wanted to cry. I was delirious in the cold. But I want Jarvis, please, can you answer this question? Luani, Bumbaye, Sean, I'll answer it as well. Please. I'm going to go and get my water bottle. Jarvis, we've got Norway weather tonight in Manchester. Freezing my nuts off. I was delirious. It's that windy weather. You know that when it bites you. You know that windy cold when it bites the hell out of you. That's what we've got.
What's the question?
That's why the linesman didn't give an offside. He wanted to go.
He was like, "Fuck that for another half an hour." He was like, me, the referee, the fans, nobody wants to be here for another half an hour.
Yeah.
Dino, do you want us to answer this question here from MB?
Yes.
Can somebody read the question loud, please? I can
Okay, yeah, I'll read it for you. Here's an exposing question for the chat or panel. What's the difference between how Garnacho presently plays at centre attacking midfield in Amorim's system and playing left wing back in how Amorim's system is supposed to be played? So how does Garnacho's functionality differ if he's playing as a central attacking midfielder or playing as a left wing back sort of thing? I think
There we
that's
go with supposed again. Supposed, quote unquote.
uh,
That's a very good question.
well, I suppose you could answer it. What is supposed to happen as a wing back? You're supposed to
No,
provide us with the width to start in the first phase, and every phase going up, you are the width defensively and attacking. I think.
Mm.
no. The answer, I think I already said my own answer before. That in
Mhm.
Amorim's system, the number 10 has two responsibilities. He's supposed to be able to run, you know, vertically through midfield, and they're the ones that provide the width. It's the wing backs that invert. That's the difference. The wing backs in Amorim system invert into midfield, and the cam Garnacho goes out wide.
You
So if
can't.
Garnacho was playing wing back, he would be inverting.
You can't.
And yeah,
You can't play Mazraoui and Delo anymore as wing backs. Then it's impossible. You cannot do that no more
no, but
because
that's precisely why you play them.
yeah,
They're supposed to have that ball control, tight under pressure, the longs to get from wide to inside to outside basically quickly.
Do you know, I had a question last time, and I want to ask it after you answer MB's question that Dino posed. Just remind me, it's for me to learn something from one of you guys.
Mm. Well, I don't know. It's to answer that question, I would say it's a matter of attribute. When I look at the wing back in the Amorim system, I'm not sure. Maybe I don't understand the system very well. But the wing backs are the one that enjoy the most space. They're the one that have the space in front of them. So I would say the wing back are the ones supposed to hug the touchline, stay high, and then the 10 are supposed to invert and stay in congestion, like to drop down and make it like the W from the wing back to the 10 to the striker. So but it's an up and down motion. So the W can be if the W is inverted, that means that the two tens are making the run. The striker is dropping deep, and the wing back is at the same level as the striker, right? So in that case, the W is upside down. That's the way I think it functions. But when it comes to Garnacho, I think, given his attribute, he is not suited to a 10 position because he can play in congestion. So I believe he's more suited to a wing back position. That's my belief. So
It's a good observation, I think.
Mm.
What's your take on this, Jarvis? What's
tonight, can I just
what's
tell
the
you this
difference?
one thing tonight? Can I tell you one fact from the game tonight? Now, in the FA Cup, those of you who don't live in the UK, in the FA Cup, the opposition team, the away team, would get maybe around 6,000 tickets. Let me repeat, 6,000. The United were charging the ticket price £61. Guess how many Leicester fans turned up out of 6,000 tonight at the game?
3?
1,000.
Wow.
Really?
That's the lowest away crowd I have ever seen in a cup game at Old Trafford.
They were really loud.
Yeah, because we were fucking silent. Because it was a fucking funeral, Sean. We were silent. It was like a funeral. That's the truth.
I'm thinking Rita Ora, R.I.P. to the team we used to be. You having that?
God.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jarvis. How are you?
Yeah, I just want to say it's a very interesting question, and playing as a wing back, you are supposed to be 50-50. Fullback, 50%, winger, 50%. For me, Garnacho is neither. He's not a winger. He's an inside forward, I would say. He likes to receive the ball, cut inside to the corner of the 18-yard box, and try to create something, try to score. And I think when we played in the first half, we couldn't create anything from our left side because Dalot, his movement is terrible, and he doesn't play well with Kobe Mainu. And when you have Højlund in all of this, dropping down and being in the way, and Bruno, who likes to drift into the same area, it gets crowded. And it was a field day today for Ndidi. He was really good. He defended by himself almost against 4 guys. He got a good help from.
He bossed the game. He bossed the game.
Yes. He bossed the game. He bossed, especially Mainu, but also all of them because they were so congested in that area. So we made the job easy for him.
Did you see even the way their front 3 were coming off our centre halves, dropping into the holes? So they always had a get out extra pass. We're playing man for man. Our players are not fit enough and they're not physically strong enough. And we're getting beat in the most basic of ways. And it is a pattern of play. And the stadium tonight, there was so much anger because every time a player picked up the ball, they were passing it back to the centre halves or the goalkeeper. That's the only thing that the game plan that he told them they were carrying out. Every one of them was doing it. Bruno's doing it. Kobe's doing it. Ahmad was doing it.
Do you know why doesn't he just tell?
I think. But Mumbai, let me just say this before I cut.
Sure, bro.
I cut Jarvis off. To answer your question, bro, creator, I personally would play him, even though he is what Jarvis said. He's inverted forward. That's what he is. That's his best position. But I would try him there and try to teach him to play there. Because when Amorim played for Sporting, he played 2 wingers out wide. And defensively, they weren't that great. But they were allowed to get back in the game, get behind the ball, and do the mid-block. With United, he's not asking. And tonight, by absolute mile, Manchester United pressing was the worst since in Amorim's time here. The press was the worst, was the most dreadful. The press. It was like 3 players went and 7 players are.
Yeah, they don't know if they're going to stick or twist. There. We see a lot of that.
Like, we see a lot of that with this team. Tonight, more than ever, it was so clear to see that every time, especially when they bought Winks on, he was just available. Yeah. 1 touch out of his suit, 1 touch. And the way I have to give tactically good. When they were 1-0 up, bringing Winks on was the right call, but they sat back. With Ndidi, they were getting out because he's the ball carrier. He carries the ball and he closes the ball down way up the pitch. But at times, Bruno cannot play in that position. Ugarte was left alone. And I still don't know what Amorim is watching. But I'll go back to Jarvis to finish and then Mumbai can come in.
Yeah, Mumbai can go first. And I can bring up the tactical board after that. We can talk a little bit about what I saw from the game.
So why doesn't he... just say to instead of this inverted wing backs thing, why don't we just use the wingers to give us the width in every phase of play, allow them to stay wide, and then just tell Garnacho and Ahmad to just stay in field when they come into that space? Why do we have to invert them? What's that? Why can't we just do it more naturally? Just go bomb right down the wing. You're the width. And now Ahmad can naturally play in the 10, as can Garnacho, instead of them swapping almost like we're going to go wide, you now come infield. Because the players that are going infield don't have no quality at all, whether it's Mazraoui or Dalot. What's the thinking behind inverting rather than just allowing those players to just you be the width, let Garnacho and Ahmad stay inside? What is the problem with doing that? Get the
lights up, people. Get the lights up.
Anybody know? Am I missing something? Or does it change everything?
Of you in here, and we haven't even got 150 likes. Shame on you. Get the lights up. Mods, get the lights up, man. Get the people. Jamie, get on them. And happy birthday to Sheikh Arian, wherever he is. Happy birthday to Sheikh Arian.
Anybody got any
I hope he didn't watch that shit. I hope he d's having a fun. He's out somewhere.
Boomba,
I think, yeah.
I think it's about predictability and being unpredictable and interchanging position, making it worse for the opposition. Being half space players, because most of the area where you create against the opposition is in the half space, because it's in between. Let's say you are in between a center back, you're in between a fullback, you're in between a midfielder, you're in between a winger. It's the half space. So you make it difficult for the opposition to understand where to sit, how to set up your formation, how to set up your
Okay,
structure. So
makes
so
sense.
basically that's the point. He wants to
But the
create half.
problem, Jarvis, is that it's difficult for us to understand too, right? And for the players, for his own players to understand too, the movements that is required of them. And I think they spend too much time trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because like what you're talking about requires a level of like fluidity that I think he needs some freedom. He needs a lot of confidence. Basically, like in the players, he needs time. Right? Obviously, which Amorim hasn't had a lot of, and he needs a lot of training basically on the pitch, and we don't have any of that. And throw on top of that a manager that is also kind of volatile, too. Well, I mean, we're in for a very interesting, I think, 4 or 5 months before the season ends.
Well, quickly to respond to what Bombay said, I think the problem in inverting the tens reside in how deep they have to come to collect the ball. Most of the time, when our 10 invert, I don't see them coming past the halfway line to collect the ball. And I believe that's the issue there, because them not coming that deep, they're not close to our DM. So we still don't have that midfield quartet to pass the ball around in the midfield. They're way too far. So the only option we have is our center back, our lateral center back, trying to hit them directly with passes, or trying to go directly to the wing backs,
Which
and
is
that makes up
inevitably,
predictable.
yeah, that seems to be our result, Lawani.
No, but
I look at the team. I just feel like we're playing maybe with two men less because we're always so deep. We're
We
always
don't
so
we,
deep,
we don't play
and
small ball. That's our problem. We don't play small ball. We don't
and
play enough small ball.
it's so slow, and it becomes agitating and quite boring to watch Man United and frustration. Um, we just cannot get out of the first phase of play. I mean, every game I look at it's pretty much the same. You're going to give it, they're playing amongst themselves at the back. They press whoever's playing as a fullback. They inevitably go backwards. And then tonight, if Kobe's coming short or Ugate's coming short, as you said, Luani, they're sandwiched.
Yeah.
Well, then I just see, okay, Maguire start licking long balls, or Onana start going long, and we should.
Do you know why I believe?
Why is it like that? Why can't we fix that? What's the alternative to doing that?
Do you know why I believe it's not a profile issue? You see, Ndidi today, Ndidi has never been a first phase player. Never. I've seen him in this league get pressed and just lose the ball, and today he was just there. He was comfortable getting the ball off the back, the center back, and just why? Because the pass options are there. Every time he get the ball, Ayu will drop, or what's the name, Mamu Ganush? Sorry about the pronunciation. He will
No, you're
drop in.
fine. Mm.
So he have the options. Football is made simple when you have the pass options. When you don't have the
no,
pass
but
option, that's when everything is
He's
become
right.
complicated.
He's right. A lot of the times where the players get the balls, the options are not on. There's not a lot of
the
options in this team. There should be. So I thought there's supposed to be some triangles. We're not getting any sort of overloads made. The overload that's supposed to be in our favour at this first phase of play is just quickly doused.
We
They've
watched
suppressed
I
the
think
the
we watched
width and
the Liverpool game yesterday, right? You
yeah.
you see the difference with Liverpool? They are so comfortable in possession
Mm,
that allow them to move all their center back to the halfway line, and
mm.
I mean
they just pass. They comfortable, no problem at all. They keep the ball as long as they want. They control the game, and then when they're ready to launch the attack, when the gaps appear, boom, goal.
I mean,
I
We don't.
don't know if this is going to
it's
work.
unfair to compare us to
Steve.
Liverpool, right? It's unfair to compare us to Liverpool at all. But I think for our own team, what Amorim is asking of Dallo is to be there when, for example, today, letting Euro needed help playing out of the back. Amorim wants Dallo to be there, but to also be in the square, the box that you're talking about. He needs to also be there when we're attacking too. He needs to also be in that position when Garnacho is looking for somebody to pass to on the inside. Dalot is the person that's supposed to be there receiving the ball too. So he's asking a lot of his wing backs. I think there's nothing wrong in playing, with the three because he needs one of those three center backs to be a playmaker. Martinez was doing a delightful job before he left. I don't see anything wrong with that necessarily, right? If that's part of your system and you're looking for a player to use a specific quality, because that's why managers sign certain quote unquote profiles. They are looking for a left footed center back that can play line breaking passes. So you go and buy somebody like that in the market. And we have somebody like that, right? So Amorim's system, I think, can work. He just needs to sort out whatever emotional, dysregulation basically that's going on with him. And he needs to, I think, get out of his own head. He's a hipster manager to the core. He's a new era, modern manager, and that comes with all sorts of experimentation. But I think he needs to, go back and watch some old Man United videos. Sometimes
Mm.
he needs just a kick the ball to the flank, cross it into the box, and run, right? Like that's really all you're trying to do.
Mm.
So the more of your style of play can be simplified and broken down into attack, 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 get the ball wide, get it up front. Like that's what you're trying to do. There's no need to spend all this time between Maguire and Mazraoui and then Euro basically trying to create some perfect situation to open up space and all that kind of stuff. The manager, I think, needs to simplify things to an extent. Keep it simple. Try and get some confidence, basically, in the players because football is a confidence sport. And this approach that Amorim is taking, where basically is his way or the highway, his theory is infallible, basically. And if the players are not able to do it, it's because they're not good enough and because the club made mistakes in the past, basically, and all that kind of shit. I'm not having that. Um, but at the same time, for today, I think the win was the most important thing. Um,
But Sean,
I, yeah.
when you said that we need playing with three center back is not a problem. Yeah, it's true. It's not a problem if any of those three center back can carry the ball into midfield. Because what it does when any of them can carry the ball into midfield, it will force the opponent to commit somebody. And then at that point, maybe you can match their numbers or the passing lane will start opening up. Lisandro Martinez can do that sometimes. But the thing is that if you have three center back and they are putting their foot on the ball and they're waiting to pick diagonal into the channel, it's too predictable. It's not gonna work.
No, but he's not necessarily waiting for them to do that, right? He was waiting for Dalo or Mazraoui or one of his wing backs to arrive and receive the ball to create those positions, right? He's looking for his striker Rasmus Højlund to not be so bad on the ball with his first
Yeah.
touch, basically, right? He's looking for
But
Bruno
why are you
Fernandes to be.
playing him? Why you just play Zirkzee then? If that's the thing, just play Zirkzee. If Dalo doesn't feel comfortable inverting, why are you starting him? He's been
So
horrible. So play somebody else.
where I would agree with those that say that this squad lacks quality is that oftentimes if you try and solve one problem, you create four other problems, basically. So if you play Zirkzee up front, what you get with Zirkzee, I think you lose in some other ways. Basically, like if you have a striker like Højlund, which is why I think the manager's solution is to try and play both of them for now until he can get a striker that gives him the best of both. Højlund's ability to run into the channel and what Zirkzee brings, like that sense of being able to get the ball with his back to goal. And he's trying to get both skills out of two different players when you really need it in one striker. So I don't think like playing Zirkzee is necessarily the solution. Neither of them really have been firing for us. That didn't excuse his Kobe Mino up front experiment. Like I said in the last show, I'm a good old fashioned romantic fan. Play Obi Martin Chido. Just play a striker. Go and bring Joe Hughes or Joe Willock from wherever loan that he's on. Play a striker up there. I don't like I said, I don't like the. I'm not a big fan of the hipster football, school of thoughts. I like my football simple. Kick the
See,
ball from the back
the
to the
way
front.
I dispel these excuses for this is that we used to train. When we train, the red bibs is for the starter, the blue one is for the reserve, those who are on the bench. And that's the purpose for what this training is conducted. The person who execute the system better get to start. I was also always on the bench because the left back that was playing ahead of me was a bit execute the system better. Why is he playing Haaland? I don't know. Haaland is not executing the system better. Zirkzee does a better job. So why is Haaland starting ahead of Zirkzee? Why
That's not
is
true,
Dalo
Ronnie.
keep starting? Why is Dalo keep starting that position when he's playing it horrendously? You mean to tell me that in a 22-man squad plus reserve plus academy players, there is nobody to play that position and understanding better than Dalo?
Yeah. I think that's what Amorim means to tell you precisely, right? I think that's what Amorim is trying to say. That's what he wants from his left wing back. Like I said, is an engine essentially. I think that's why Dalot plays because Dalot, has gone to the Cristiano Ronaldo school of professionalism and he has turned himself into a machine. Basically, he's fitter than most of the players. He's always available. Basically, he has the energy to get down the pitch and back. Right. What he lacks is quality on the ball, and he does have he has like a distracted streak where he forgets the man behind him, and basically like he's prone to making those kind of mistakes. But I understand why Dalot plays. I understand why the manager tried what he did with Kobe, like up front, but he's wrong. Zirkzee is not that much better than Hoyland as far as I'm concerned as a striker. I personally don't buy the Zirkzee as a striker myth. I like him, as a footballer, but I still think we need better. Basically, my approach would be to sell whoever we can sell in the summer, give Newcastle 120 million, basically, and try and get Isak.
Some big up Ben joining us
Big
for
up,
the
Ben.
last 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the show. Ben, 120 miles an hour winds, a massive storm hit Ireland. You didn't have any electricity for 4 weeks. How are you feeling?
Top
you
of the
missed your-
morning to you.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Hope
Good evening.
everyone's hope
up,
everyone's
Ben.
well. Just very quickly, to you, Bombay. I heard Nerdin say you have a sore back. Speedy, wishing you a
He
speedy
can't
recovery.
move, mate. He can't fucking move.
I
He
know.
can't-
Thank you.
Oh,
It came at a great time
It'll be
to.
even more painful after seeing that performance tonight.
Well, it came at a great time, this back injury, because Dino wanted to offer me a ticket, so I had a good excuse not to go.
Hmm.
Thanks, Dino.
You're just
Love you.
best off, no, mate. Honestly,
Oh dear. Yeah.
disaster.
Okay, give us the glowing review of the game from your point of view, Ben.
Well, the only positive I could think of is I like the look of Dorgu. Even
Yeah.
though he's not playing in his right position, I still think he's better off with the left wing back. I did like the look of his weak foot. Like I think there was at times where he was actually taking on his weak foot a lot more on that right wing back. So it just shows he does have a weak foot compared to Anthony. Like Anthony never uses weak foot. So I like players who obviously can use both feet, especially for a wing back as well. So that's the only positive from tonight. But I think tonight. For me, I think we have, in my opinion, I think we have a lot of answers tonight, and I think the biggest issue I seen was as soon as Diallo went back to that right wing back, it completely changed the whole game, and as well as that, Zirkzee coming on as well. And I've seen as well that whenever Manu moved over to the right 10 instead of the left 10, Manu got into the game more. And I didn't understand why Amram took Manu off for Zirkzee. It should have been for Hoyland. It should have been for Hoyland because the more I think about it, I'm actually like I'm about to set a statement, but a lot of people might not like it. But I actually enjoyed watching Wout Weghorst more than Hoyland. I don't like. I just the way he, the way I see, the way I
And
watch. Go on.
Hoyland, Bruno Fernandes, and Diego Dalot played against us tonight.
Yeah, 100%, man. And I felt so sorry for Ugarte. And I know a lot of people are going to criticize Ugarte because he didn't have a good game, but I felt so sorry for him because he's got a person beside him in the midfield who, yes, he can create chances and stuff, but see, as a role as a midfielder, he just does not want to like get stuck into a player and make the tackles and stuff, just like what Ugarte does. You've got to I don't know, our midfield's just so unbalanced, and I was just like saying to myself, why can he not just see the next games for Spurs, play Ugarte and Collier, or Ugarte and Casemiro, and then play right wing back for Diallo and then left wing back Dorgu, and then maybe put Manu in the right hand instead of the left hand. I think that was the biggest call that we've seen tonight because Manu really struggled in that left hand, and the reason why is because we've got a stupid. I loved him last year because he was our best player last season, Diego Dalot. But the fact he just doesn't not like overlapping anymore. The only one game he overlapped all the time was that Liverpool game, and truthfully, right, because Trent Alexander-Arnold got absolutely cooked that game. But one thing that just does not make any sense. We've went from playing so well at the Emirates and playing probably our best performance at Anfield in about 12 or 10 years. We were the better team at Anfield to then playing Southampton, and Southampton were the better team. I just think the issue is with these players when they play against Liverpool and Arsenal and City. Okay, lads, we're actually up for this game. But see, when we're playing against Leicester and Southampton, we're just like, oh, lads, yeah, as long as I get my wage this week, I'm happy enough. I don't give a shit how well I play in this fucking game. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. I heard a few people talking on the panel saying, like, bro, we're not as bad as like these. I don't believe these players are as bad as we think we are. They're fucking shit. Excuse my language. We are absolutely dreadful. I've never seen a squad like this in my fucking life. And I'm 28 years old. And I've seen what obviously I'm grateful obviously for seeing United in this glory days, but it's embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing. And I was just talking. I was tuning into Rance's stream and I was explaining them, bro. Like we are relegate like near close enough. I wouldn't say a relegation team, but we're like around like that 15.
We are, Ben.
That's
Don't
just
be
not
afraid
true,
to
though.
say it.
That's just not true.
We are.
That's
We
not
are.
true.
We're fucking out. We're playing like it.
Yep.
Those are two different things. We're playing like it, sure, right? But that we are, I just don't agree. I'm sorry.
Listen, the man of the match tonight. Let me just show you quickly the man of the match tonight. He's in the background right there. He's got a white flag. And he's done us all a fucking man of the match. Come on, giving him a round of applause, everybody. Thank you so much, Lion King. Thank you so much.
I see that offside from space, man.
He was absolutely, his little balls were frozen to death, and he was like, fuck this, I'm getting out of here. An hour more. He was like, get me in that warm bath, get me some food, and get me gone out of here. Brilliant tonight.
Quick question for the panel, right? If we swap managers today, do you think we beat them?
We swap managers today.
Yep.
If we went back to a 4-2-3-1, we probably would beat them. But I wouldn't say. But you'd see worse football. You wouldn't see like us keeping the ball. Yeah, you would just see Ten Hag football again.
Yeah, let me just get these
100%.
super chats. Big up, people. Big up Adewale. Big up Adewale, and then we'll get Jarvis to show us some video, some footage. I don't get this fan base. When Højlund came in last season, it was he needs time. It's now Højlund second season, but with Zirkzee, who's yet even to get 5 starts in a row is not good enough. Zirkzee can play 9, just need a champ. No, 100%. He changed the game tonight. I'm not gonna lie to you. He changed the fucking game tonight because we got stuck in. He won balls in the midfield. He fought for the 50-50s. He did that, and his name was bringing out the stadium. Let me just get this. The best pivot we have is Casemiro Ugarte. Our best 10s are Manu and Ahmad. The only reason Amorim won't do it is because Bruno will be on the bench. Yeah, you know what it is, Adiwale? It's called obrigado tax. Diego Dalot and fucking Bruno are on obrigado tax.
Look at
That's
all the
what
good
it
things
is.
you said about Zirkzee
That
and
is
Nuruddin. He got stuck in. He worked hard. He was
Yeah,
deep
and
in the midfield.
and then he dribbled. He kept hold of the
Yeah.
ball. He dribbled.
Yeah.
These are
He
the qualities
dribbled.
you're using to describe somebody that should be playing as our number 9. As
Yeah, he dribbled.
can we not hear the dissonance? That's what we want our number 9 to
And
do.
guess
To be
what,
getting
Sean? And
stuck
guess what, Sean?
in our
And
box.
guess what, Sean?
Okay.
And guess what? Nobody up front was doing any of the fucking things he did. Nobody.
Facts.
Nobody. When he came on, instantly he made the ball stick to his feet. Instantly he challenged for 50-50s. Nobody was doing it. He fought on 1 tackles. Go ahead, Jarvis. Bring the analysis in.
I think I have another super chat also. We have 2 from Adewale. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, no, but like that's a point that I think we already addressed. I already addressed before that the manager is trying to get 2 separate skills from Højlund and Zirkzee, right? He's looking for. No, he already read this. He's already read this thing. The claim wasn't that Zirkzee isn't good enough. It was simply that like they are both not good. We've seen it. We've seen Højlund start. We've seen Zirkzee start. Like there's no mystery here, right? There's no secret that's about to be revealed if we play Zirkzee. We've seen it already. And the problem is that Zirkzee is not informed. The difference, I think, between myself and maybe someone like Adewale, right, or people that have agendas, is that it's not about, for me, any particular player, because I think the manager is fundamentally making a mistake with how he's setting the team up. So I don't think there's an environment for anybody to shine. Anyone at all.
Sean, hold it there, Sean. Everybody, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Whose birthday is it?
Happy birthday. Who's that?
Ariana.
Oh, okay.
Oh, happy birthday.
He's 18 today, people. He's 18 today, eh? What
Are you 1? Are you 2?
18.
Come on, get yourself a pint of Guinness.
18.
18. And the person has such strong opinions about Man United. What do you know about the club?
He knows a lot. He knows a lot.
Yeah,
He knows more than you,
yeah.
Sean. I'll tell you that much.
That's
He knows
hilarious.
more than you know. It's not hard.
Happy
It's not
birthday to
hard,
that person.
Sean. It's not hard.
Sean, you just said that we should go get Isaac. You know, Isaac is Isaac because Newcastle is playing the way they're playing. When everybody's looking at Isaac, look at their midfield. Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, Joelinton. It's a proper midfield. They play through their midfield. Look at Anthony Gordon. They have proper players. They play proper football. So
Yeah.
Isaac could be Isaac.
I don't know about
So-
proper because Newcastle are hot one day, they are cold the other, right? I like
Oh,
Isaac
no.
as a player. I like Isaac as a player, and a man can only dream. So I don't expect us to get Isaac. I don't like that's not a reality or a realistic scenario in my mind. I just really like him as a player, and I think he's one of the best basically strikers in the league. Dare I say even in the world right now. Yeah, no, I'm worried. I think, like I said, I don't think any of the players really have the platform to shine. And I think the difference between the Liverpool and Arsenal games and what we see right now is because we did reach a pinnacle. Basically, we did reach like what we thought was a turning point. I think the difference is that the manager overreacted to the outcomes against Brighton and damaged the confidence basically of the players in a way that I don't think we've been able to recover from. So you know, it's not really a matter of like one particular player or the other, and you know, it is possible that Ruben Amorim just likes Bruno Fernandes. He just likes it because he's Portuguese, right? He just likes Bruno. He just likes Dalot. You know, they speak their Portuguese language together. Blah 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 blah. But I think it's more likely in my mind that, like I said, you solve one problem in this squad, you're creating 4 more. Because it's a bad squad. I don't think it's as bad as where we are right now, but it's not a good quality squad. And so when you have somebody like Bruno, who gives you generally over the course of the season a strong 7.5 return basically for your investment, and he's fit. He can play 90 minutes. He gets around the pitch. So open Bruno's heat map any day, anytime. He's a reliable guy. Same thing goes for Dallo. That's why they play. It's not that deep. Honestly. If we had better players than Bruno, I think you wouldn't see Bruno basically playing as much. Same thing goes for Dallo. But the club has to, with scarce resources, has to prioritize, or has to make decisions about what positions to prioritize. And I happen to agree with the landscape so far that says those positions are not a priority. We need a striker, right? We need a striker. I think where it's peak fooling, maximum delusional thinking, I think, to say that what we need is to play Zirkzee up front, right? Just give him a chance, basically, and eventually to come good. That's the same thing we said about Ahmad. That's the same thing we said about playing Kobe Mino in the 10, right? After Kobe Mino in the 10 against Steaua Bucharest, we saw him in the 10 again today. Is it the same thing that we saw? No, like football is not a science exactly that you can predict like that. And I think we should trust the manager's general sentiment that there's going to be a storm, basically, like that we're going to have to pass through, where the players are learning the system. Our confidence is shaky, but if everybody is fighting, if everybody's fighting,
learning shit, Sean.
they're trying to learn the system.
They're not physical enough.
They're trying to learn the system.
They're not learning shit, Sean. They're fucking useless.
There's gonna be a storm, huh? We are in the storm.
We are in the storm, right?
The storm's
gonna get worse.
Way over. We're fucking
It's gonna get worse.
We're at sea. We're lost.
Yes, guys. I want to. We talked. I've been waiting to show you this because we talked on Tactical Devils. Stu and I. We analyzed a situation with Garnacho. If you remember, there was the chance when he came on blank and that the defender saved the ball on the line. Because when it comes to Garnacho's role and how he plays, because we talked about how his movement should be. So first of all, I just want to explain the clip for you and bring up the tactical board, and then I will show you the video. So what happened in that instance? We were lined up something like this. Maybe not all the players' names are right and all of this, but Euro played the ball up to Dallo. So Dallo attracted pressure, and the ball went back. I think it was to Maguire or Euro. And when that happened, we had a opposite movement. So Dallo moved in, dragged the defender with him, and Garnacho dropped down. So the interchange position in this instance. So Justin had to react and move up, but Dallo didn't move up; he moved in. So then what you get is a big space. So we have a big space here in this area. I don't know if you guys can see it, so I'll try to draw it. And this is what Garnacho loves. It's that space. That's where he wants to attack. But Garnacho is pretty smart in this instance. He keeps his position. The ball comes from Euro. He attracts pressure. Canus moves over. He drops the ball back to Euro. And Bruno drops down. Receives the ball. He plays the ball into Ugarte. Ugarte breaks the line with his first touch and his pass. But while this is happening, Dallo goes down here and drags Reed with him. So now, when the ball comes here, Garnacho sees this and attacks the space because he waits for this space. And now we are on the attack. There's some comical elements in this attack also. You see Højlund dropping down, almost tackling Ugarte on his way forward, and plays the through ball to Garnacho, who comes on a deep run, and the ball is saved. He hits the crossbar, goalkeeper, and the goal is saved by Okole, I believe, and it goes away. So this is what happened. But what I'm focusing on is the opposite movement with Dallo, with Garnacho, the understanding for Garnacho to keep his position, not go into this space right away, but keep his position and wait for the opportunity. So again, I will say Garnacho had a brilliant game today, and these are the elements I want to point out. So let's go to the chance. So here you see Garnacho has already dropped down to receive the ball from Euro, and you see Dallo up in the left corner has moved up. So the opposite movement has already happened. So Garnacho plays the ball back. to Lenny Euro. Lenny Euro keeps the ball because this is what Amorim wants to do. He wants to attract pressure because we want to keep that space in behind open. And Garnacho knows this. Lenny Euro knows this. So Bruno comes in here, receives the ball again from Lenny Euro. He plays it one touch into Ugarte. And this is brilliant from Ugarte. One touch past, I think it's Sumare. And here you see Højlund coming in, almost tackling Ugarte, falls on his ass. You know, this is Højlund. But here you see Garnacho coming into the space that we talked about. And just in here, he can't follow Garnacho. So there's small details in an attack like this. And
That's
it's about
Amorim's
the
system working now, right?
It is in a way Amorim's system. It's opposite movements, to be patient, wait to go into attack and attack the space and attract the opposition to press. So in a way, I think.
Okay, I have a question. I have a couple of questions based on that.
Just one note, right?
Jarvis, I want to get a super chat. Let Jarvis finish. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Jarvis.
No, I'm finished.
Just one note, Nuruddin, real quick. That I think there were key one-on-one decisions, one-on-one moments that happened there that our players came out on top of. And you can't price that basically.
That was the second half. The first half, there was no opposite movements. There was absolutely nothing. And majority of teams actually have opposite movements, Jarvis. It's not just the Amorim system. Amorim did not invent opposite movements. In football, it happens a lot. It happens a lot in football with a lot of coaches that are well, but they're defensively shocking. And if you go back to it, you can see that
exactly
really all he had to do, Justin, is just stay in flipping position. Like, if you see it again, right, he should have just. This guy should be here. He should have just kept shape with the defense, but he didn't. Look where he is. He doesn't know where to go. He think that they're going to put the press on.
That's the opposite movement. That's the movement from Garnacho. It's Garnacho's movement that creates this. Of
course, but I'm saying to you, a defensively good team will read this and just think, you know what? This guy come back here. This guy come back here. Double up. Let them have the ball because they can't create fuck all anyway. Like we were doing in the first half. How many times did we have the ball here? And this is probably the first time in the game that the combined, right? And look how unlucky he could have got to that ball, the attacking player. The defensive player for Leicester, and could have stopped that move. And they were doing that in the first half. So we got lucky because they were closing us down. And that one of the only times Bruno and Ugarte read it, and obviously it's part of the pattern where. But the only pattern I saw consistently in the 90 minutes tonight was how do we pass the ball back? But let me just get this quickly. Super chat, Adewale. Adewale says, Sean, you said I have an agenda when all I want is for Zirkzee to be given the same chance. 100%. Højlund, what sounds like you have an agenda saying you've seen all you need to see. How's that positive? Is so little starts for Zirkzee. 100%. Zirkzee for me changed the game for me personally. I'm not gonna lie to you. And there's things that I wish I had the photos to show you, but when he came on, obviously they set back a little bit because they had something to protect. The 1-0, right? The subs then came, and Zirkzee came on and disturbed that front line because Højlund is fucking useless at this moment in time. Like Java just showed you that clip. He's trying to tackle our own players. He's like Bambi on ice. What the fuck pair of football boots is he wearing? What is he wearing? Who's he sponsored by? He looks like he's on ice skates. And he's like a guy who's going on skating on ice without knowing how to skate. He can't skate. He cannot stay on his feet. It's shocking.
So the two questions I have for Jarvis concerning that system is, the first question is, if this is the Amorim system at his practice in training, surely over the course of 90 minutes, we probably will have seen a little bit more of that, right? Not just one instant in 90 minutes where he worked, and that should give us the advantage of creating the goal opportunity and scoring. That's my first question, right? The second question is that I don't want our point of attack to depend on an opposite defender that go to sleep or that go ball watching. Nuruddin say, if that defender was not ball watching, that thing doesn't happen, then it becomes an issue. Was it really something that was that's a system that was practiced in training, or was it something that just happened due to the dynamic of the game as it was unfolding?
No, no, it was clearly a system thing now, if you ask me, because you're clearly seeing the product of instruction, right? The ball goes out wide, then it goes in the middle, then somebody runs from behind, then you play a ball in behind. That's routine, that's practice. I don't think it's too much to ask, right? That Mr. Midfielder, don't give away the ball when it gets to you, or Mr. Striker Hoyland, don't fall on your ass clumsily and obstruct your own player, basically, because that's what could have happened. That's what we were seeing first half. The players getting into their own way, them giving away the ball a lot. And when that happens, right, it makes the system look bad. And that's the argument I was having, because I think, unfortunately, many people are caught up. And when I say agendas, right, what I said about Zirkzee isn't that Zirkzee is not a good striker or that he doesn't deserve a chance. It's simply that he's not any better than Hoyland. I just refuse to accept that as a striker. He gives us something different than Hoyland does. But
he stays on his feet, Sean. He stays on his feet.
Boys, I need to. Sorry. I need to jump off. Listen,
Yes.
was shite. Nice one. Good night. I'll see you all soon.
Summary.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Good night. But Sean,
I'll chat to you tomorrow, man. Take care.
Sean, you said the players are making the system look bad. Is it not the system making the players look bad? Because the last time I checked,
it's the other way around. I said it's the system that is making these players look as bad as
okay.
My contention to Ben, my response to Ben, and fans who say stuff like that, is that it's Amorim that has us at this position. I don't accept that our team is the 13th, bottom half quality team in the Premier League. That's just not true, right? I know that to me that sounds like an after the fact rationalization, right? It's people have talked themselves into a corner, basically, where the only way to make sense of it, essentially, because they can't bring themselves to attack Amorim or to confront the harsh reality, possibly, that Amorim is making
mistakes. It's not about attacking. I call it out straight away.
I agree with you.
Basic fucking mistakes, and it is fucking costing the players and the confidence down. And the stadium is anxious because he won't even play players on the proper position. Jarvis, what's the point of buying a left back and playing him on the fucking right, left wing back? What the fuck is that about? To keep Diego Dalot in the fucking team? What is he fucking doing? What is he doing?
But the thing is, though, we knew the players were going to struggle in this system when he came in. We knew this was going to happen because none of them, some of them have barely
been himself, though, Ben. He's not
I know that. But at the same time, he's only been here for since what was it, October? Jarvis was what was it? October, November? Yeah. So he's only been a few months. At the end of the day, I've always been a guy that I've always been a guy that he has not been here for a full season. Let him make as many fucking mistakes as possible. He said obviously the storm was coming. I am actually see that result today. Look, I was gassed. Obviously we scored at the end, but then I then said to myself, we're still in the competition and stuff, and obviously we're Europa League as well. But I don't want to fucking be in the Europa League. I don't want to be in the FA Cup. I want us to be out of both cups so we can have more time in the training ground, so we can have one full week of training each week, and one game a week. I just want them to make so many mistakes so we learn for next season. Next season is the big one for Amorim, and all eyes on fucking Ineos, because Ineos, shame on fucking you. Shame on you for getting this man for one signing and getting rid of freaking 2 attackers. Actually, make that 3 because Sancho's gone as well. It's embarrassing. And do you know what?
I mean, what does Ineos have to do with Amorim signing a left wing back that we've all been asking for and playing that left wing back at right wing back?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What does Ineos have to do with playing Kobe Mino as a striker for 60 minutes and 70 minutes, basically, after watching it not work for 50 of those minutes, right? That doesn't have anything to do with Ineos.
But it's something to do with Ineos that you haven't any options.
Okay, yes. If you want to go to the root cause of all problems, right? The source of all evil, the Glazers
Yes,
and
they are,
Ineos. Yeah.
Sean. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Ineos and the fucking Glazers are. Big up to Ruth van Nistelrooy. I got in a bit late into the stadium, but apparently he got a good reception. And Ruth van Nistelrooy come out with a superlative tonight. He said, "We were not defeated in Fergie time. We were defeated in offside time." At least he's not lost his sense of
Mic
humor.
drop.
At least he's not lost his sense of humor. Big up to fucking Rude, mate. Big up to Rude.
I agree. I agree with Sean. You cannot endorse Amorim and say
No,
shame
no,
on
no,
the
no, no. For what he's doing, no.
and
We said
say
it,
shame on the
Luane.
Glazers at the same
We
time.
said that. Luane, we said it. We said it. They're both the fucking blame. And Wale is coming back at Sean and says, "Your refusal to accept Cersei is better than Highland means nothing in reality. Both played in Serie A. One of them made Serie A team of the season as a striker. The other didn't. Only reason Highland is playing is the price tag."
I mean, maybe it's a price tag. Maybe he's dating Amorim's cousin, right? Maybe Amorim is his best friend, right? Like it could be anything.
So while we're there, I'm not gonna lie to you. Diego Dalot has got a videotape of Amorim up to no good because that's the why he keeps playing him. I'm telling you now, that's the reason why he keeps playing him.
I've given what I think is the simple, I think most low-hanging fruit answer. Like I can't help Adewale or anybody else's conspiracy. Dalot and Bruno, it's simple. It's for me, it's as simple as they are available, they are fit most of the time, and they're hardworking players. Point blank, period. Right? With Højlund and Zirkzee, it's a question of profiles and confidence. Højlund is Amorim wants something from his striker, which he thinks he can get from Højlund. Right? He likes certain attributes that Zirkzee has, basically, but he doesn't like those attributes for the number 9 position all the time. Right. So sometimes he plays Zirkzee there, sometimes he plays Højlund there, sometimes he plays both of them on the pitch. It's that simple, right? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like that you can call yourself a United fan and you think the most interesting thing to do is to pit 2 young strikers against each other, right? One Højlund versus the other. I don't care who plays, right? It doesn't matter to me if tomorrow I'm proving right that Zirkzee is better than
He's not pitting them
Højlund.
against each other, Sean. He's
No, that's what they're trying. That's what they're doing.
At the moment, play the other one who can give us the more of a chance to get players up for at least.
Football didn't start. The season didn't start today. The season did not start today. We've been here before. We've been through this before.
Crap.
We've started Zirkzee. We've started Højlund.
Højlund is been crap. How many times have we come on here and said Højlund cost us? We're playing with 10 men. When him and Diego Dalot, when him and Diego Dalot, we play with 9 players. Jarvis, am I right or wrong? Currently, at this moment in time, with Diego Dalot and Højlund on the pitch, are we playing with 9 players? Yes,
it's not only them two; it's a lot of players. The quality of this group of players is below par. You can say it in a nice way. And I just want to bring up one thing, and I can show you guys what I mean. For example, we have to play Bruno in the 8,
Jarvis. Same way Eric Ten Hag told us Amari Forson was working hard in training and
you need shield time for that.
Played him over Ahmad, 100%. Big up Adewale, appreciate the super chats. Go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, and I
Bruno,
think Adewale
Bruno cannot play as a number 8 because he leaves Ugarte all by himself. It's clear to see.
Yes. And Adewale, we like this. It's just a clear example of what we have to work with and the struggles we have with Bruno in the midfield. Because here you see Bruno. I just want to point it out. So Bruno is here. The ball will go back from Decoreba Reed to, I think it's Buonanotte. Bruno will press, but he overcommits his press. And he comes too tight.
He doesn't know how to press. He just runs straight forward,
and he will get overrun because he stops after his press and ball watch Decoreba Reeve, who received the bounce pass again. So take a look at this. Here you see Decoreba Reeve. He turns with the ball, plays it back. I think it's Buonanotte. And here you see a good number 8 wouldn't press like this. This is how a number 10. But look at him. Look how he comes too
straight.
close. This is where he should stop, but he overcommits. He goes too close, and then he stops.
And then he gets speed. Look at that 1-2.
Look at that gap as well.
Look at him. He stops. He ball watches.
1-2.
And he loses 2 yards.
The basic thing in football is 1-2. getting beat
And
on the
boom,
1-2.
boom, he's overrun.
Boom.
Open spaces just to run into. So take a look at it again. I will just move the speed up a little bit. It's how a number 10 presses, not a number 8. So easily overplayed and overrun. So this is my biggest worry
Look what
playing
Ugarte-
with
look what
Bruno in
Ugarte
the
is
number
going
8.
across.
It gives
Look what- hold
no
it there, Jarvis.
defensive stability.
Jarvis,
Yeah,
hold
but
it there.
Jarvis,
Jarvis, hold it there. Look at it
Look
now.
at Ugarte.
If Bonanotte would play and they went behind the referee, that midfielder, they
Mm.
would have 3 against 2 on that side. Can you see that there? Look.
Yeah.
So Ugarte has to cover this space. So Ugarte has to cross Bruno to come all the way here and leave all that space where the goalkeeper is. And if that midfielder behind the goalkeeper was, he would have get the ball here, and that would be 2 against 3. Go.
So-
Most
so-
teams.
I mean, so I know you're correct, right? Jarvis, that Adewale would like this because he's going crazy basically in chat. And if you
He's not
take away
going
from
crazy.
this,
I'm just telling
no.
you,
If
he's
you're
not going crazy.
if your takeaway is that if your takeaway from that is that Bruno shouldn't start, then I don't know how to help you, right? My takeaway is that
Not in the number
like-
8. No, he's a liability
no,
defensively.
exactly.
He gives
No,
no
exactly.
stability in the double pivot. He can't play the double pivot.
Just-
Defensively, it's a hazard.
We talked about how Dalot and Mazraoui, their natural instinct is not to push up front. Bruno's natural instinct as a number 10 is to play like a number 10, not
It's just that,
play in the
yes.
number 8, right? So I totally agree with your criticism or anybody's critique of Bruno that his instincts don't match with the position that he's being asked to play, and therefore he's a liability in that role. 100% I agree, right? But we have a number 10. Our number 10 is out wide, right? As you saw Garnacho. We have a number 10. Our number 10 is on the flank. Basically, our wing back is in the center. Our striker is up front, right? Our other left wing back is on the right. It's complicated. It's a very complicated system. There's one other person in midfield. The 3 center backs are far. One center back is supposed to push up, right? I think that's what we expect from this system. So it's I think a mix of several different things. And if, like I said, if you take away from that action, is that Bruno shouldn't play. I really don't know what to say to that. I'm in the team. I think we have, like with Bruno, there's Kobe Mino. I'm glad Garnacho has found a solution, but I'm scared for Kobe as well, because we basically have a manager who needs a very specific skill set, essentially, from every single position.
Have you heard it before? Ten
Nothing
Hag.
from Eric Ten Hag.
Mhm.
Same as Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Exactly the same
Yeah.
as Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying to you. Manchester United went and got a coach, and he wasn't in my top 3. He wasn't. Jarvis, was he in your top 3? Was Amorim in your top 3 or top
No,
4?
no.
For me, it was De Zerbi number 1 and Areola. Those 2 were the manager because they already know the lay of the land. And they play very easily coachable football where they tell the team to hold the ball. They overload in certain areas. They know the mid-block. They get their players very fit. At the end of the day, I just honestly, I'm sick. I swear to God, tonight I froze. I nearly froze. I was hysterical in that first half. I
Why,
was
guys?
hysterical.
Why is it always us? We need a specific type of coach.
Why is
We need
it
a specific
always
type.
us?
We need a specific type of player. Liverpool play with Curtis John in the midfield, for Christ's sake, and the ball was
He's having a
still
fantastic
sticking.
season.
The ball was still ticking. Why? No. I will use Liverpool because Curtis John, who have been offered to us a few years ago, everybody who would have been up in arms. Why is he always us?
At the end of the
Specific
day-
player, specific coach, specific board.
Because we're a fucked up football
Co-
club.
yeah, the
that's
culture
rotten
is
to the core.
fucked. The
We
culture
are
is
rotten
fucked.
to the core. Rotten. How many
Yeah.
times, how many videos have I done throughout the years and told you how rotten this football club is?
Facts.
Players go there, get a zombie brain, and can't do the basics.
Yep.
They can't do the basics.
Spot on.
Our
Imagine
player of the season- Our
we're
player
trying
of
to
the
get.
season, the season before last year, right, is now our worst player on that football pitch. How?
That's the
Imagine,
same thing that would happen
we-
to Curtis Jones, that would happen to McAllister, that would happen to Gravenberch, that would happen to anybody you bring into the system, right? And which is why I think the manager wisely only gave Dorgu 45 minutes. he talked about how nervous the guy was going to be, and he did look it, right? So
Yeah.
there's like the manager has a very extremely difficult job to do. And for 70% of his tenure so far, I was coming here talking about how I loved everything he was saying. Even when we lost, I loved what I was hearing from him. But I think there was a turning point, and I put that turning point at that's the worst team in United history, basically, where he broke the TV. He did not have a well-adjusted response, and I think he really affected the confidence, basically, of this team. And that has been compounded by the just complications, the complicated nature of his style of play.
Sean,
It's
if
too
you're right,
complicated.
Sean, if you're right, then these guys are soft. If you're right, then
Yeah.
we're in trouble. If
No.
if you're right, then we're in deep trouble.
I
We're
mean,
in deep trouble. He meant positionally Manchester United as the worst Premier League team, which is correct positionally. That's what he meant. And everybody knows English is not first, but that's what he meant. And that is the truth.
Nurdin, like I understand where you're coming from when you say that, right? And I get that attitude that thinks these are professional players, etc., etc. But if you've ever worked with anybody before, if you've ever managed human beings, right? A very simple, very basic principle about life is that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. That is a very basic but very important fact of life. Communication is key. And it's an important part of management, quote unquote. Like it's one of the most important parts of management. Because if you're managing people, then you need to manage their sense of themselves, basically. What do you think is going to happen? So in your theory of the case, Amorim should get to say, you guys are the worst team in history. But also, I want you to find it in your heart to work very hard and be motivated and run for me. No. He needs to find a way to motivate them, basically, right? While also holding them accountable. And he had been walking that line up until that point. And I think it's wrong because the manager himself came out to admit that he made a mistake and that he said it in the heat of the moment. So that I think, adheres to my point of view that he was wrong to say that. I mean, it was a mistake on his part, and he tried to clean it up, basically. And I think like it's confidence. He talks about it himself that like for many of these players, what you need is a moment of confidence. A player has a good game, and then if they can build on that, their season can be a whole different story than it was before. That's the way football works, right? You need a good moment, you need a good feeling in the dressing room. You can build on that consistently over a period of time. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to do that. Yeah.
No, it's always us. Saka went down. Arsenal plucking another winger straight from the academy, no problem. We've been getting Dallo to Enver for how many years now? Come along, Luis Scalia, the little kid from the Arsenal academy, fitting like a glove. What is wrong with us? What is wrong? When you see with Amorim, when he starts talking in a way, it's affecting his player's psyche. That's a black hole out of it. He's not gonna get out from.
Yeah. No.
He need this season to end right now because as he's continuing, he's getting deeper and deeper, and by next year, it might be a situation he will not recover from.
That's for me the fundamental problem that like I don't know what fans think is going to happen, right? Like, and it's again like you think that like you just have a summer where magically we will sign all the players that we need. You will press a reset button. Amorim will just do some magical coaching in the summer, and we would start next season basically with everything fixed, right? That's not what's going to happen. We're going to continue from where we stopped. Basically, wherever we stopped this season, that's where we're going to continue from. So it's very, very important, which is why they signed him. They brought him in at game 11 because they said, manager, come here and build a foundation. Whatever changes we will make to the squad, there will probably be a core of players that would remain. I know some people don't like to hear that, but there would be a core that would remain. And it's important for the manager to be able to work with that core or to form a core, give him time to choose and weed out who he doesn't want from the squad. But we need to be in a situation where we're not watching the first 10 games of this season, of next season, to see if Amorim survives. And that's where we're going to be if he keeps doing what he's doing right now, and if we keep getting the same outcomes that we're getting right now. And I don't want to be in that situation because unlike, many of the people in the comments, I back whoever is sitting in the chair of the United manager, job. I back the manager. I support the club, basically. And what's expected, I think, of a fan is to support the team, support the manager, hope for the best, basically. And hope that the manager makes the right decisions. And I don't think he is to a large extent of recent. And the special mix secret sauce basically, right, of starting 11. Should I play Euro as left center back or right center back? Should it be Dalot that plays on the left or on the right? Should you play Meno as the number 10 or as the number 8? He himself complained about Meno finding it difficult to play in the number 8 position. What does that mean? That we're never going to see Meno in that position again? Right. So like there's so many questions basically in the team, and the manager is thinking out loud. He's thinking out loud. He's thinking, every week, tinkering basically with the formation. And I don't know if it's producing basically the results that we need.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, we'll only find out if he could take us forward. If, in my opinion, if we just go out of the Europa League and the FA Cup, just let him have time in the training ground, and then start from next season. If he's still struggling, then he's just not the right person to take us forward.
Jarvis, where do we go from here?
Well,
Please
we
don't
are
say
in
you
a-
don't know. Please don't say you don't know.
Well, I don't know. But we are in a very bad situation. I'm just going to say. But what worries me the most now? I just want to
One
bring
more
you
time,
in on
reload
this.
that. Reload that, DJ Selector Jarvis. I don't know.
I don't know. I
No,
don't.
we're in trouble.
I don't think even Amorim has the answer right now. I think he's
No.
reaching,
Have you
he's
seen him
trying a
today,
lot of
Jarvis?
stuff.
He looked. Did you see his energy? He looked really depressed today. He looked
Yeah,
like
but
he
you
looked
can see
tired.
it now. He changed up the wing
Physically.
backs, trying to play Dorgu on the right. Last
Not
game
working.
he played
Not
Menu in the
working.
10, no, in the 9. He's
That was
trying different
embarrassing.
things now. He's reaching, he's getting desperate. I see it in Amorim, and I support this manager 110%. I believe in him. I think he's a good manager. But I also did the same when it comes to Ten Hag. So you know me. Maybe I'm naive. So it's just me.
Fuck anybody on the chair. Jarvis, we need you to be a coach at United, Jarvis. We'll back you. We'll back you, Jarvis.
Jarvis,
Jarvis,
they will betray
But I
you,
will ask you a
Jarvis.
question,
They
guys.
will
Guys,
I
I
betray
will
know
you.
ask you a
Diego
question.
Dalot will not be starting if you were coach.
No,
I know
I don't
Bruno
think so.
Fernandes will be out of the team if you were coach. I know
I-
Rasmus Højlund will be sent to ski to go and do ice skating somewhere else. I
Mhm,
promise you.
mhm.
I promise you. I know those much.
But for me, it's about the balance in the team, and I don't think they have balance. We play too many young players like Menu, Euro, and I believe they will not improve under this in Man United environment, and
I said it.
because we're in a really bad situation. It's almost like we're trying so hard to play these young guys, and we're only making them worse at the current moment because of the
Yeah,
state
facts.
we are in as a club, and that's our biggest problem. Because now Ineos and the footballing people think that the solution is to just chuck on young players into this mess, and I think we are in for a long run of disappointments if this is the answers, because we have players on the bench with experience.
Thank you.
If I can mention players like Ericsson, like Casemiro,
Thank
they're
you.
not the best, but they have some experience, because we need a mix of experience and young, courage. Come on, and to make this team better. But at the moment, I don't see it, and I feel we are starting to hang a lot of these young players out to dry. For example, Højlund, he's in a job that's almost impossible for him to solve by himself, and the only help he got is Zirkzee, who is the same age and not experienced. So how are we expecting Højlund to solve this problem, this solution? Amorim can't coach himself out of this. We don't have time to do trainings. Even we play game after game after game, two games a week. So that's the biggest problem I see now. How are we going to fix this? How are we going
Oh,
to get the
easy. Just give 20 million to ARK at 10 and bring back Anthony Martial.
That's not a bad show.
and Varane, take him out of retirement.
I'm bringing Jarvis as the coach. There you go.
Well, I
Listen,
will get
guys.
sacked after 1 week.
Jarvis, don't worry. I'll be your assistant. I'll be there.
Places
But
with
Jarvis, you got a great point. You know, the experience thing is very important because at
We need a
Manchester
mixture. We
United,
need a mixture.
we need
we
more old heads in the
we
in the
always
squad.
play with a sense of urgency. Like always, we want to make something happen. And when you combine that with young players that are inexperienced, everything become rushed and everything is all over the place. But I don't understand for the life of me why Casemiro is so disrespected and why Ericsson doesn't start a game.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that one now.
Yeah, and especially when it comes to defensive work, as I showed you the clip with the Bruno, I think Ericsson would be much tighter to Casemiro
Facts.
operating in a pivot. So in a way, I would like that. I would love to see Ericsson today, but Collier, I think, is the answer to play with Ugarte as I see
Yeah.
at the moment with the current squad. But even him is still young; he's 21 years of age. So it's also like throwing him into the wolves. So.
You
I'm not sure
rotate
how
them.
to solve this. That's Amorim's biggest problem. His squad is shit, and that
Yeah.
was same with Ten Hag. He struggles because of this.
If I was
Guys,
Amorim, first name on the team sheet is Collier and Casemiro.
facts. And Ugarte. Ugarte
Yeah,
for me.
them
Ugarte.
three, yeah.
Ugarte and Collier should play because
Yeah.
Collier will not leave the way he leaving. Bruno should not be in there. Honestly, Jarvis, tonight it was the way they bossed us in midfield was so clear. I don't know what he's watching.
And Didi, Sumare, yeah.
That's what worries me. That's what worries me. But people, listen, I need you to do me a favor. I need 20 of you to do me a massive fucking favor. I'm not asking for much. I'm in a lot of pain. My arm's busted. I don't know, from the cold, because in Manchester it's fucking freezing. I need you to go over to this channel here, Bowley77, www.youtube.com/Bowley77. I need you to go and fucking smash a like of the Tactical Devils. Look, he's already got it in a cup. He's not messing about. He's got the merch out. He's got the merch out. Tactical Devils, go and subscribe. 20 of you, so Jarvis can monetize. He's grafted. He has put the fucking work in. And all it costs 20 of you to go and do that. And go and watch an hour and a half breakdown with him and Stu. Right, after you watch this, if some of you want to watch some more content. But in terms of anything
19
else,
away.
19 subscribers away to monetize. Let's do it, people. Let's see if you can do 5 quickly. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see if you can do 5. But guys, I'm tired.
One more.
I'm sick. Yeah. God help us. We hope.
Thanks, Nuruddin. Thanks for the invite.
We hope and pray. Luwani. Go ahead. The last comment from you, Luwani. Talk to me. How cold is it in New York?
Very cold these days. We just been to two snowstorm. So yeah, but these guys are good with the road, so they get the road plowed. They get the salt out, so it's safe for everybody at this point in time. But it is cold. My last word.
On your door yet?
Oh, no. Well, I'm not home often, so by the time I come home, the landlord everything is cleared, so we're good with that.
Be careful.
Yeah,
no ice lot.
Yeah, we good here. So, I mean, my thing with Amorim is I'm a little wary of hipster coaches. Right, I would say I'm a little old school. The whole Nagelsmann, Amorim. There is something that I was a fan. For those who are familiar with baseball, I used to follow the New York Yankees when with Joe Torre, right? And Joe Torre was very much a people's coach. And one day the upper echelon, Brian Cashman, his general manager, decided to let him go and bring in a whole team of analytic and Joe Girardi to manage. And what Joe Torre said before he retired, he said, you can bring in all the numbers and all the tactic and everything, but the game has a soul. And don't forget that. And that's what's the most important. If Amorim can remember that, that will help.
100%.
Yeah. Listen, I need another 5 more. 5 more subscribers. Sean, your last comment of the show. 5 more
15
subscribers.
away.
People.
15 away.
5 more subscribers to Tactical Devils on YouTube. 5 more subscribers. 5 more. 5 more. I need 5 more. Go ahead, Sean. Your last comment.
My last comment is I'm scared.
That you're very much getting a 10% bonus from the wages of Rasmus Highland. Yeah?
Sure.
That's where we're at, yeah.
Sure. No, my last comment is that I'm scared for Amorim. I'm scared for Amorim because when I hear the fans basically boo at halftime, and I hear the fans groan, not because the players are making mistakes or anything, but because the style of play basically is boring everybody to death. That makes me afraid for the manager. Because it's putting pressure on the players. It's going to affect their confidence. It's going to affect their belief in whatever it is that he's trying to achieve. And that's a problem, right? Because if we are having the doubts that we are, you best believe that the players are too. And it doesn't help that, like, the manager seems so volatile. So yeah, I'm scared. I really wish him all the best. But I thought the storm was going to be over by now. It's possible that we're not seeing the worst this week, and that scares me.
Go ahead, Ben. Your last word of the show. Talk to me. We need
Yes.
5 more people, 5 more subscribers for Tactical Devils on YouTube.
Come on,
Come
people,
on, let's
come
do
on.
it. 5 more. Let's do it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
First things first, big up for having me on, and first things first, free fucking Palestine. Also just thankful to God. Obviously, we're have get my electricity back for 4 weeks, mate. I've just been sat down in the living room staring at a fireplace, getting the fire lit up and stuff. No Wi-Fi, nothing. It was embarrassing, but you know what? It was scary at times because I checked like the weather report, and we were actually 10 to 15 miles away from the actual center of the storm. And I checked outside, and apparently in our area it was 137 miles an hour it reached overnight. So it was really, really, really scary at times, mate. But I'm just grateful, obviously, to have electric back and to finally actually do a few bits and pieces around the house. But now, big up everyone for having me on, and obviously I do agree with Sean. I do worry about Amram at the moment. But at the end of the day, I seriously do believe in this man. I do believe in his system, and the fact that he said a storm is going to be coming. I'm ready to be on the journey with him for the storm, and at the end of the day, if it's going to be worse, then so be it. I'm ready for it. And just all eyes on Ineos really in the summer. I just hope he just gets through the season, somewhat finishes top 10 or 11th or 12th, just anywhere around there. I'll be happy enough, But yeah, big up everyone.
Yeah, big up.
Big up.
I just want to say quickly, 5 more people, please go and subscribe to the Tactical Devils on YouTube, so we can have 10 left, and hopefully the show after that, Jarvis, will be done for Monday. We'll be on 500. We can celebrate it there. Big up to Ben, big up to Sean, big up to Jarvis, big up United. FYI, I'll be doing a show about this. I'll be doing a video about this. James Morton, I'll be doing a show about this. Don't worry. We'll be doing it. We'll be doing a show about this. I promised you to look deep into this, what that Davis tried to do. And the whole kind of project, what do they call it? Mission 21.
Project 21.
Project 21.
Yeah, they call it project, and it's a mission as well.
Project
Mission 19.
That sounds like a bad sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like a bad porno, mate. That's what it sounds like.
$1 billion.
Of course it does, mate. Of course it does. Big up to everybody. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Mission 21. There we go. Mission 21. We'll be doing a show on that because he's absolutely waffling. Show me where Mission 21 has saved Ineos in any sport that they've been involved in. They're absolute Yeah, sounds like Project 2025. Oh my God, Indy. I feel bad for you, lot. Solidarity and love to all the people out there who are getting oppressed in the US and everywhere else in this world, and specifically to the people of Gaza. I got a message for Trump and Netanyahu. You're going to have to unalive every one of the Palestinians to get them out of their homeland. You are never going to do that just like that. Ain't no Jordan, no Egypt, none of them are ever going to take that. So people, free Palestine, free Lebanon, free the Congo, free Sudan, free Tigray, free Haiti, and free all of the oppressed people around the world, specifically the indigenous people of the world. The Sami people of Norway, and Scandinavia as a full. You know, free everybody. Happy birthday to Sheikh Ariane and
Happy
F the
birthday, bro.
GCSEs. F the GCSEs, because the GCSEs don't make you who you are as a human being. Solidarity and love with the people of Sweden. Some madman went in a run and killed 10 students. It breaks my heart. I don't know what the F is going on out here.
Jeez.
And while we're there, fuck fucking Zionism.
Fuck Zionism.
Yeah.
Fuck all these Muslim Zionists. Fuck the atheist Zionists. Fuck the Christian Zionists. Fuck them all. Right? And fuck Jim the Rat. Fuck the Glazers. And free the Manchester 10. And if you want to be down with the Ineos and Glazers, fuck you too. We keep it 100%. Fuck ICE. Fuck ICE. Nobody's illegal. There's no alien. We don't use language like that. These people are human beings. Solidarity and love to everybody, whether they are they're getting oppressed because of their religion, their orientation, their gender. F oppressive systems. Free the fucking Manchester 10. Love, light. Take care.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Have a
everyone.
nice
Take care,
have a
guys.
nice have a nice weekend.
And
Yes.
please go unsubscribe. I need 5 more people. 10 more would be amazing, but 5 more people to subscribe to this channel and go and watch the video straight away. Go and watch an hour analysis. Go and do that here. Big up Sean. Oh, by the way, I just want to say, Sean, make sure you follow Sean at Sean Thomas. Make sure you follow Ben on Twitter at Elmore39. Make sure you follow Luwani. Let me see if I can make it. It is Manuel 19. Is it
1979, yeah. I'm not too active, but you know, every time I get him invite, it's an honor to be here, discuss with you guys. So
Same here,
cool.
bro.
There you go.
Mhm.
Luwani is there 1979.
Yep.
And Jarvis, there you go. It is Bowley77, Jarvis Cocker on Twitter. And the YouTube channel is Tactical Effing Devils.
Yes.
Check out Sean's podcast, the geopolitical podcast. And it is available across all podcast providers.
Sean, have you been audited by Elon Musk yet?
Sean's gone. Sean's gone. He's happy. He's not here. But people, please go subscribe to Tactical Devils. Do us a favor. Let's get Jarvis, who's grafted, who deserves it, to 500 subscribers so we can monetize.
I want the monetization to be done because we have Keith Hackett coming on most likely next week again.
Good.
So
Good.
will be a
Keith
lot of
Hackett.
Keith Hackett will be a lot of insight from him. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big up.
Panel, can I just ask you, just outside of football, I'm heading to Egypt in next month. Have any of you been to Egypt before?
Yeah.
Like in the
Wow.
missus, so I am.
Where are you
Is there
going?
any- Cairo?
Wow, it's one of the biggest cultural hubs of the world.
Yeah,
Be
I'm
careful
taking
of the
the missus.
pickpocketers. Be careful of the pickpocketers.
don't
Quite
receive free
friendly.
gifts. They
Don't
give
receive
you.
any. Don't
Yeah,
receive any of
that's-
that. They want some money of that. It's a beautiful place. Obviously, the pyramids, the history,
Yes.
the river, the Nile. Make sure you take a boat on one of the most famous rivers in Africa, the River Nile. Make sure you go and check out the
Few plans.
pyramids and enjoy the shawarmas and the lovely food.
Yes, 100%. I'm looking forward to it, bro. I
Yeah.
really am.
Yeah.
Have a safe trip, man.
Have
Enjoy.
a safe trip, Ben.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have a safe
So,
trip. Our man in Egypt, Ben. Yeah,
yeah.
check him out. Make sure you stay away from watching United when you're there. A lot of them, the half of them are Real Madrid fans, the other half are Barcelona fans.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Big up to Sheikh Harian as well. Happy birthday, man. Sweet 18, boys and boys. Remember what it was to be like, what it was to be 18. Big up to Jamie Wayne. Jamie Wayne, the only criticism from you tonight is that you've not got the people to like the video. But maybe Manchester United depressed you. But big up to you though. Facts, refuse free gifts. And he ain't gifts. He ain't gifts, mate. Never refuse. I've been there. I hear that. Yeah. There you go. Love,
that's
light
good.
people.
Big up.
Take care. Look after each other, and we'll see you.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
I'll go get
I'll be
some food.
premiering the podcast with me and Saeed. Maybe tomorrow night or Sunday. I'll be premiering it, but I'll let you know. Maybe Sunday. Sunday they are premiere. Right. Love.
I'll be watching.
Take care. Love.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.